very vast matter in terms of where people are going to be landing here. But obviously, just like how you said before, the rage in terms of how they're going to start is going to dictate how the rest of these nights are going to go for some of these players here. And knowing how aggressive some of these players are, let's see if they're going to take advantage of it for the first 2 games of the night.
Exactly. See GG Shaw with the purple armor already and having started Rage along with Spider, who went to the east side of Skygaze Cove over by Cinderfell. GG5 found himself a blue weapon, blue armor as a Shia with the combo breaker with F1. He also having, as I stated before, starting Rage is going to be where he's going to be rocking into. We can see Frostfist is opting to do that as well, and he is playing to that F1 V2 as Alani with a purple Hong Sword. He finds his way to try to lock this one in as he goes for the chase down. A lot of terrain out here to work around with, holding the blue focus, waiting for that check here. Gets one free throw and looking for a grapple towards it, and whether or not TT5 wants to use a combo breaker here, that's exactly what Frostfist is looking to invest for him. Whether or not TT25 finds an armor swap, which he does, Frostfist still will not let up this chase.
I let up this chase indeed here, as it looks like he's going to be able to find a nice slash here from the fan. It looks like he's going to go right around. Nice little bit of some movement here. Going to try to see if maybe they can go for the F1, maybe hold strong for the blue focus, but isn't able to. His Frostfist is going to try to see if maybe he can get a nice shield swap here. Unsuccessful in finding one. Try to see if he can keep that same energy right towards T225. Doesn't want to fall inside. Oh, and he falls inside of the hole here. As it looks like it does give Frosty a little bit of an opportunity to go for the quick reset here. It looks like we're going to continue right back towards where we started. Oh, the beautiful parry into the corner. Is able to complete the finish combo here towards it and is able to put T225 now close to the back. Now it's not looking good for him here. As T225 is able to find a great shield swap, and he has a nice move to get away from the blue focus slash for the katana. Frostfist is able to keep the same energy, is able to get him up top. Nice slash right towards the wall here, leaving him really stuck here, and it forces T225 to pop the ulti here to get a little bit more of a craze on the inside here, and now he goes back into the defense. He's gonna give him the opportunity here for it. Oh, and he catches him with the combo, says, come here, you're not going nowhere, and crushes the character just like his dreams and sends him right back to the resurrection.
It's a tough break for Frostfist in that corner. Both of them had failed double RMBs when it comes to the vertical, the second hit, but TT25 been using the V1 and having the chance to just being able to block out and throw that shield, since it can be stored for as long as the duration of the ult lasts. But also a little bit of a niche into it is it does reduce the cooldown by 7 seconds for the skill. So switching over towards Imperial Camp, we saw a plethora of players actually spawn out towards this area. CDY is going to go ahead for the shot into the bell to try to keep line of sight on Verse, who is going to be half health in terms of finding armor swap. He finds one. He is playing in V2. If it comes down to CDY where he forces that ultimate proc, he's gonna have to worry about whether or not he could be expending that stamina, and if Verse can throw in towards another opponent, such as with XY from ASE, who might be looking for a drop down here, to be honest, as he is going to be putting that pressure on it. As Verse gets himself into the corner, CDY finds out XY where that Syra is and locates him. A Shao on the outskirts as Lottie not having ultimate just ready yet, as Chushang takes a little bit of blow, burns his combo breaker, and has himself with that V1 ultimate or V3 ultimate in case he needs to burn it right now. And there it goes. He burns it. He finds a chance to reset that whip throw and tries to find a target, but there's gonna be XY with a full sword. The Liam V2 does not catch, and CDY finds a kill against Bowder Chushang.
Unfortunately, he got jumped. In the midst of all that, he got turned around. You had one player behind him, which was the Syra. You had another player right in front, which was able to get the elimination, and he just had nowhere to go. And now it looks like it's going to be the exact same thing here with Verse and Azal as well here, as they both end up getting their absolute shields depleted here. One of them, Verse, is able to find at least a shield swap here just to try to see if maybe they can get away. And it looks like Azal might have the free space here, knowing that Verse is everybody is focusing him here. Oh, is able to find the opportunity, but CDY is able to hit him with a nice parry here, but they are not letting up. They smell the blood. They know he is in pain, even with that shield swap, and Verse is doing everything he can in order to get away from all of these players that are starting to come in little by little here. It's a 3v1. It's not looking good for him here. Verse has got to try to see if he can find another shield swap, as he does, is able to get a nice parry off of one of the players here. Sadly, I wasn't able to see exactly who that was. It might have been CDY here, but it looks like he's able to get another shield swap. He gets lucky. He's able to take off as everyone decides to scatter in different areas here. So he can go behind the tree and be like, whew, I got lucky there.
Yeah. Especially considering that he's going to be ending up probably going towards Tomb or even looking for Fireflies in the middle. But Star here out over towards Arcadia, working towards having a gold mitigation. There it is, going to be Volpine's Essence, and he's at the point, no grapples, no sauce. He's going to burn his Volpine's Essence. As a result, hard work at bay, but since it was on the outskirts, Arcadia wasn't really on the players list of just looking for it. But Star found a use for it, It's a lump sum game of 0. There wasn't really any sort of cost that went towards that in his benefit, just making sure that he can get it, and has, I guess, now blue mitigation shade. It sucks, but it is going to be what it is for Star. He is going to be going ahead.
Personal experience.
Yeah, he's going to go towards his way towards Crimson Cave now in terms of Sword Tomb. GG Shaw, though, having one elimination here. We might see a replay later on because we didn't get a chance of seeing what happened between him and Spider if Spider had dealt out a fight between him. But for Shaw, gold, we're going to see a chance. There it is, the replay. Yeah, we are. And Spider goes ahead and has active ultimate. Shaw has no ultimate, only uses his combo breaker, gets his F1 out. He looks towards it, make sure he can go for the LMB. 1, 2, backs off. He might die to burn in our eyes, but the blue focuses come out. Ooh. He takes a pistol shot. He goes for a musket shot. He is low, but he is not going to go down without a fight. And the lava does not go past the point of death. And for Shaw, he finds out Spider with the kill and puts himself in the spotlight. You know, it's crazy. With the burn is actually, he was able to get the dial right at the time and keeps himself immune. But man, getting the elimination, keeping it going.
Fighting on the lava is crazy. It's crazy work. It's diabolical. I just gotta say that. That's crazy. Like, and there's also a amount of confidence too in that space, knowing that at that point, you know how low they were, and it both took one of them to hit. That just lets you know like how close of games these Rocket Bladepoint NBPL games can really be in these moments here. Now it looks like CDY is gonna have to fight this out with Zhao if he's gonna get into this or if he's gonna get out. And it looks like CDY, he wants him to get out. Like, hey, you gotta leave. You are evacuating the premises if you don't like it or not. And it looks like they're both gonna try to see if they can take it with, it looks like dual halberds on both sides here. Sorry, dual blades actually. Both of them waiting with the blue focusing to see which one is gonna actually strike here. Who's gonna actually take it? It looks like Azal is actually able to do it here. Now CDY, caught in a tough situation, actually throws. Azal steals it, and he says, that was nice. Gets a free kill and gets into the realm of Yang, ready to kick and keep moving.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy too. He left that soul bloom in the background, so he can come back out of this with a loss and still have a chance within 2 minutes if the fight does end out as soon as possible. He is up against Tumulch, so it's gonna end up being whether or not he can catch him out after his F has been consumed, whether or not Shane can go for it. Blue focus on one side, comes right back into Shane with that purple dagger, goes in for some hits on the neutrals, goes for the horizontal, and the scare rush is set up. The blue focus comes around the corner, and as it comes out, the combo breaker off of Aishao is down. He has ultimate if he wants to kind of expend it, but he's kind of worked for a blue focus here. Goes for 2.0, goes for a clink, backs up here, goes for a swap again like he did earlier up against Pace, but then there's going to be the ultimate cast. It's going to be Aishao trying to keep himself aloof, and he has that free cost of, you know, for a free ball to be kicked towards the shank. There it is. He finds he doesn't get the stagger to keep the extension towards the duration, and Aishao goes for the goalie stance, throws it, catches himself again for the forward dash, goes for a clink, dashes away, gets 300 sustain. He makes sure he can catch one LMB. There is a swap. That's all he needed. Goes for a 2-on-1, and that's going to be one chance for a scare rush. Goes for a clink again, throws the orb, and this might be a spotlight where the blue focuses come out, and a wild haymaker from Tushane gets him the kill.
Nice elimination towards that one here. Is able to keep that momentum and that pressure as much as possible here. Meanwhile, Fung is just getting absolutely blinded by the light here. And there's just no way for him to be able to get out of this here. He's trying to move himself as much as possible here, but there's no way for him to be able to get away or get out of it, as GG Shaw just absolutely blinds him with 1,000 beams of light right in his face, just burning his eyes. Doesn't even give him a chance to know exactly what's happening. You won't be able to watch or see anyway because you're already out of the realm of Yang before the game even starts. Which is unfortunate. As we look back here on the timer between Spider and PXT, not looking good for Spider here, as he does end up getting that parry, and unfortunately Spider now has to be able to retreat and get out of here as fast as possible. Dangerously low. 3.5 minutes left on the timer for the realm of Yang here. He is on the wrong side of the tracks here now, seeing the GG Shaw also, who already has the Vermilion Bird's Might. Not looking good for him here, but he's calm, he's stealthy. He's done this before, and it's not looking good for him as he's able to pop he almost gets caught on another combo here, but Spider able to give himself a little bit more time and to be able to scale rush this out. Just taking his time little by little, just trying to scale it out. Maybe trying to see if maybe he could trick both of the players to start fighting each other here, as there's 4 hungry players ready. He almost was able to get out of the line of sight, but PXT was able to see him here, and now Spider still running, was able to find a great shield swap here. And even with this amount of rotation, he's still trying to find a way to not only escape, but maybe see if maybe he can just absolutely juggernaut the rest of the other players here, but it's not looking good here. These players are hungry, and they will, oh wait, I might have taken it back. PXT almost gets caught with a fight right in between one of them here, and it gives Spider a chance for him to heal up.
Yeah, and even he has advanced heal, so if he finds the blue armor later down the road, he'll be set, but even more than that, just making sure you can try to find resources alongside. Skygaze Cove is actually going to be one of the primary fight locations into this round. Fong has purple weapon as well as purple armor, as well as was FPX's star in the vicinity with a purple bow. But switching out over here, Alliance's A-Shao up against Shisheng. There's going to be an ult cast coming out to Shang as he's going to go ahead, catches one. There's still a combo breaker available for A-Shao. He's got to be very careful about the location. Here he goes in the right direction. He casts his ult to mitigate. He goes for staggers. He's trying to do exactly what we were trying to look for later on, but he couldn't go for that blue focus. He had ended up into the perimeter of the circle. And there's another catch here. It's going to be a lump sum. There it is. Catching into one more ball to be kicked. If he can go for it, A-Shao could confirm this kill. A-Shao throws it. He catches it. R&B release, and there's going to be one chance for a goalie stance. He's not going to go ahead and throw the uppercut. The F1's burned out for Chisheng, but if A-Shao can catch the grapple stagger, he would be a Gucci. And there's one LMB to the uppercut. There's the F1. There's going to be a chance here to hold that blue focus. A pistol shot to the next. He's got to hold on here for a little bit of heals. He's got to work around the fact that Chisheng still has a Vermilion Burst Might active for the next 20 seconds. Whether or not he knows how long that's going to end up lasting, he has 90 seconds on the clock before his Realm Yang depletion kicks in.
See if it's able to kick in, though. He definitely does not want that here. Knowing the time is against him, and it's not looking good for him. Those dual halberds are putting in work here. Is Bauda able to really shut down all of that amount of momentum that Azal is just trying to see here. Going back on the defense, both of them pairing, both of them holding for the blue shield strike. Oh, is able to get a nice hit here, but he's dangerously low. Not looking good for him here. He's able to catch the carry, goes for the combo, is able to get a nice sweep. Can Azal actually turn this around? No! Dangerously low. Chaz is able to shut that down. He was so close, and it wasn't looking good. Can I speak on some?
Yeah, speak your mind.
So Lonnie has a medicine ball yo-yo.
Listen.
Am I the only one that sees that?
She got the medicinal yo-yo, bros.
I'm just saying.
I mean, one thing is the one thing that's kind of crazy about it too is the fact that if it came down towards Alani having that goalie stance to be used, it's really kind of like an escape tactic, or you can use it offensively, right? There's two options. And A-Shot really wanted to rely. He wanted to rely on using that. Could he have gone for a 2-on-1? I don't know, because he had himself to go for the swap off of it, and then all of a sudden went towards goalie stance. And guess what? Chisheng still had F1 available to go off and avoid it at all costs. It's a high damaging skill, that cast for the goalie stance. The only thing that comes out of it is it spaces him away from his opponent, especially if that last location was a bit too far. But switching back over to the Skygaze Cove, Fong is trying to outpace Star in terms of his chase. He finds it. He's a blue focus, burns his combo breaker, and he's not out of the woodworks yet. We still see Verse going for those kill steal potential. There's a parry. There's the bird combo breaker, and that might be a kill against Fong. One pistol shot, one something, and Star gets that kill with the R&B.
There's no way Star just stumbled into that kill. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was not planned at all. Now, that one with Verts was very planned. That grapple, getting him out of the sky here, was a beautiful execution of getting that finish. But Star got lucky. I'm gonna be honest. That was such a lucky. He just happened to bump him with his shoulder, and he was able to complete the kill just like that. Now, meanwhile, back inside of the realm here, we got Wolves EXT fighting it out with Bauda. Is able to go for it. It looks like Bauda is able to take a second round inside of this realm of Yang here. They're able to hold strong here with the blue focus, trying to see who's going to take the advantage. Bauda sadly misses out on that one here. They both close in, both of them with the blue focus, waiting to see who's going to strike or who's going to throw out the parry. Looks like they're still going to rotate this back and forth. There goes the parry. PXT was waiting for it here. Nice reset coming in from Shuz here, but still losing a lot of shield here. Dangerously low, or at least halfway through here. Still has an advantage here, depending on if he's able to pop the ulti, and it looks like he is here. And it looks like PXT is going to do the exact same thing, keeping that momentum there. Not going to get slowed down by the ulti. It looks like he's going to sit idly by and actually chill out here. Oh, wow. PXT just sitting saying, come on, big boy, what's up? Meanwhile, oh, PXT almost gets caught up with the parry here. But it looks like Chuz sadly is not going to be able to take advantage of it. Both blue focuses trying to see who's going to strike first. And it looks like Bauda sadly gets hit by the parry of PXT here. Nice strikes able to come through here. So let's see if he can keep carrying that same momentum here. Both of them holding strong here, but it's not looking good for them. 20 seconds left on the clock. They both might lose this.
It might be a chance here. The blue focus comes out, the soul break comes in, and there might be a chance for PXT to work out for a blue focus parry. There is a clink off of that soul break. He looks to mitigate a little bit. He goes for the blue focus. It is going to be it expands 10-9 seconds, and now there's a chance here for PXT to get the blue focus again for the whole check, and there it is, 1.5 to confirm the kill, and PXT gets him second round with Yang. He puts Chishang that's mulch into a bind for the time. PXT though finds himself a gold weapon to be picked up here. Kind of curious in seeing what it is, since he already had halberds. You know, with it, a gold armor, a gold jade of choice if it comes down in terms of what is available. It looks to be a melee resistance jade, so we're gonna have to see what he ends up picking up through here. Gets himself that White Tiger's Prowess, a known option here. TT25 from YZG actually picks himself up the win in his Romy Yang, and they're currently on the hunt down in terms of any foes around the field of play. Now, he is having a Hong Sword as his primary weapon, but he has able to pick up dual blades of gold rarity. 3 eliminations so far for TT25. Goes to the shop to try to pick up any of the items, such as a jade or a weapon. He has himself an armor pierce as well as a thunderstorm. He finds an Aurora Burst, has a Cab Bloom. Tempest Kick is also picked up, and a Phantom Step to boot, or rather, no, that is a velocity untold for my friend.
That's so a velocity, looks like, yeah.
This is actually going to be his setup.
He got lucky with these rolls. First of all, hold on. Can we talk about how he just said bada bing, bop, boom, bow, and got all 3, like literally the next set?
It's crazy, man. he's got
like,
the
what is that luck?
Bait. I don't know, bro.
That doesn't listen, chat. I'm just gonna let you know that doesn't happen often. Where you just pick it and you get some of the best like soul jades like immediately off rip. Like what? That doesn't happen. Meanwhile, Yuan looks like he's gonna get caught right in between a massive fight. It's not gonna look good here unless he's able to get away, or at least maybe try to see if maybe he can find something here. But he is in no shape. Oh wait, actually finds a purple. Never mind. I'll take it back. Now he just needs something better than a gray dagger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still an option though, just for escape and movement. So if he ends up finding himself out here and switching out to another melee weapon, that's when he's forced to take a fight, and that's what PXT is looking for, especially after losing out that round.
Question: what do you think is the better duels? Dual blades or dual halberds?
Dual blades have a better opportunity to catching with the flop state, but halberds are a great mind read game, especially when you're trying to burn out for time with the holding those, like, you know, between the 1.1 to 1.9 and having that option. That's something that the halberds have extended range upon, especially for that horizontal range. But we're gonna see XY putting himself out here. Not gonna have a fun time, especially on this cliff side. Finds a nice parry off of this chance. There's PXT getting the full blunt force of it. F1 is burned out for this combo breaker, and he goes into offensive form, finds a dazzle, gets himself to a staff, but he gets caught on the other end of the staff blue, and now is forced to ult. That is unfortunate, folks.
Meanwhile, Yuan able to take the ulti here. Tries to see if maybe he can find something potentially here, unless he's just like using it. Tries to see if he can find anybody really for the nice blinding light. By the light. And there's like Yuan caught in between a fight between TG25 and PXT here. Both of them not really letting this go, except for PXT. PXT is really giving it the amount of energy here that he wants this fight. He wants the battle. Yuan sadly with still nothing better than a gray dagger. While everybody else is looking here. Oh, they found him inside of the corner here, unfortunately. He's able to pop it as well towards this, trying to see if maybe he could just get away from this. Yuan's not looking good. Losing some of his heals and half his shield already here. T225 misses out on the grapple here. Yuan just trying to get a little bit of free space here. It's not looking good. I mean, these are very tight quarters, especially towards this ending circle. So in this situation here, like, what's the plan? What do you do in this situation here, knowing you have blue shield? You have gray dagger. You don't have anything in terms of decent loot here. And you got 4 players, massive damage on all pretenses and purposes. Runs into PXT just trying to see if he can get away. And Yuan sadly has nothing to be able to show for it after he finally was able to get out of here. And sadly, they're back to it.
It's a dangerous game right now. PXT actually finds himself for a free blue focus, knowing the F is down, and catches elimination. As PXT gets himself 6 eliminations this game, he is the kill leader as a whole. And we still have 3 eliminations coming out from T225. Frostmas is just hanging out here, man. I'm okay with that. As Alani, he's gonna try to go for the placement and pick up some yoinks. And that point that you're making earlier, what could have XY had done earlier? It was really an attrition type, battle where it would have to been, how much can he kind of poke out what the opponents can't catch him, and forcing out fights between the 3. Now switching over to T225 his Blitzboard, he's actually gonna, or his Jace, he's gonna have a Storm Stride to be picked up here. He's gonna find a dagger to be swapped out. He also has a Cyan Fang and an Alchemy on the standby, as well as having Assassin's Lunge be procured. So for PXT, having as well Pride's Fall into that Thunderstorm, it's gonna be something where he can just catch somebody, especially with him being on Liam and capturing them out. But DT25 here on the outskirts is just trying to kite through his Moonbane as a Spirit Well with Mystic Might. It's gonna be appearing here in just a moment. Frostbus trying to space out, and T25 also looking around here. We're going to see this floating platform to be available with 2 gold troves, or 2 green troves, I should say, as well. So if anyone wants to try to see some loot out there, they can. But T25, right on the mark, is going to take the Spirit Well for his own stead.
I mean, he does, especially with this massive Soul Jade he's got on his hands here. If anybody comes into this, it's not going to be good for anybody here. You might get sliced up like cheddar cheese. Meanwhile, PXT is able to get a nice parry right onto Frostovitz here, forcing Frostovitz to be able to run through the back off here. Still hasn't been able to get any of the rewards of the loot yet, as they're both trying to see if they can hold on strong here. Shaw getting absolutely sent back here as well towards this. It looks like now he's just trying to time it, as Shaw's trying to see if he can get some shots in towards PXT and T225 here, as T225 just decides, I'm just going to chill out. I don't need to be doing all that. I need to do none of that fighting. I'm here to get this, let me get this, and I'm gone. And just like that, he's able to get some nice loot, and now he's back in the action. Wolves PXT, usually, especially for this first game here, he's been the one putting everybody on the chopping block here, but now the tables have, how the turns have changed, how the tables have turned in this situation. That's a joke, by the way. For PXT here, he's just struggling to try to see if he can find it here. As both of them, he's going to try to see if he can go for it. It looks like he might be able to pop off the offense here. Shaw ends up getting sent back as well here. T225 trying to see if he can find some range here. Shaw able to get a little bit of some heals off. PXT now back in the chopping block, just trying to run, getting as far away as possible here. Just going through so much of the scale rushing, not trying to get caught up by a bad combo by any of these players.
Yeah, Stagger might be coming out here from Scare Rush to Scare Rush. PXT finds himself a little bit of space with counter grapple. It still has a little bit of time, but Frostbus is right behind the stead. He is going to be trying to just keep on hiding and tap the one heal. T25 finds the flank, gets a combo breaker offensively, using it in order to knock him back. And there's going to be a potential for a kill steal here. The horizontal dagger doesn't come out here from Shaw. One pistol shot, one musket shot. That's all that's needed to get him down. And for PXT, having to keep on kiting, is still trying to attempt for a single heal, but into the zone. He dies to not giving any eliminations. Takes off the headset, thinks about what's going to happen next, because now we are in terms of the top 4 players into the lobby. Verse, T25, Frostbus, as well as taking a look and seeing whether or not Verse is able to get usage off of this Liam pick, because look, he's currently at 1 elimination. There is 3 different targets onto the board. If he can find out Frostbus, right, it's unfortunate for Frostbus, but that'll be up to 2, and Frostbus is right into the face of it. Here's going to be the hold R&B, there's going to be the 1-2, hold check, backs off, space out, velocity untold revealed here, whether or not Verse is going to be able to go for the clink or just go for those 1.0 releases. Dangerous game here, as there is a huge distance in the height of this tower where they could be kicked out with a single blue focus into the zone.
Not only the single blue focus here, but obviously, you know, we do have this massive storm that's happening, that's slowly closing in here, as none of them really are trying to get caught from the outskirts here, as Frostbus really wants to connect with this fight here, but it just seems like the other players is just not trying to do it. He wants to last to the very end of the circle here. I don't think anybody's really going to be diving into anything differently towards these final circles unless it actually gets to the very, very end here. And it looks like T25 might get a little bit aggressive here on the Verse. Nice depletion all the way to send him all the way back outside of this, at least outside of the circle here. I see 225 trying to see if he can conjure in. Oh my goodness, Verse losing so much damage, so much heal, so much shield here. Now it's not looking good for him here, as he's trying to find the free time just for a quick shield at all in this, as he's able to pop a little bit of shield. And now Shaw, T225, and Verse trying to see if he can hold off here, and it looks like he's just gonna dive in. He gets flown from the outskirts here. It's like a mosquito absolutely about to get swatted out of the sky here. It's not looking good here. T225 just trying to find it, as Verse still able to succeed in finding a blue shield swap, and is able to at least be able to just back off here for a split second here, knowing that T225, he wants the smoke, he wants the action here, but he's not trying to give it to him, because he knows if he really gets one good connection here, if he gets one good parry, one good shot, it's over for him.
Exactly. And one thing too is that Shaw has armor pierce. So this HP being right below the threshold, if he gets one good landed shot, you know that Shaw's going to be able to go for it. There's a parry. There's a combo breaker to be utilized. And Vert's going to go ahead for the tap dodge. Gets himself to the bottom of the cliff side. Gets a nice scare rush with a storm strike from T25. Is enough of a not a grief later on. I'm going to cast a curse, but not a grief later on. But it causes him to go ahead and work it off right then and there for the stagger. For Versto, his biggest op right now is GG Shaw being that Syra. And considering that his F1 combo breaker can be denied with an offensive use, it could be a chance for that Syra to go right back into it. You can see TG25 looking to try to burn out a chance for his combo breaker again. And the amount of time here, the amount of space that Verse can try to utilize, it's going to come down towards whether or not that armor will be picked up later on. Now listen, if we have a spot for TG25 to catch one R&B with his fan or even a horizontal, that would cause someone else in the distance to go for those shots, like just like right now with the pistol shots. And Verse, he's on that one elimination. He's got 64% on that rage. He's taking damage. He's falling slowly. He's taking a spotlight, just trying to go left and right. Finds an armor swap for a common one. He's quick with it, and he makes sure if he can get to the high ground, he can avoid the line of sight. But there's the parry another time. Oh, combo breaker, one hit, and that's Frostbus getting the yoink of the century.
He got so lucky. He got so lucky that he was in this game for that long, even towards that end here. Unfortunately, with the gray shield swap, gets the parry, the combo comes in, gets the... to be honest with you, I thought Frostbus was actually going to steal that kill. And that was just because, like, just the last minute musket is able to throw it down towards the very end. He's 1 HP, and boom, just like that, he's able to snipe it away from everybody else here. Now, his C225 has a little bit of a chopping block on himself as well here. He does have the shock value of the Soul Jades as well here. We're going to slowly close in here towards the finals. 45 seconds left for this final circle. And it looks like we're going to go airborne a little bit here for some fights. Looks like both of them are going to take the advantage here. I'm going to be honest. I think T225 is looking real good. 3 kills up right now. If he gets at least one more in a second place here, he's probably going to be able to capture the dub here. As GG Shaw says, nah, forget all that. It's time to start blinding people. Yeah. It's time to start hitting them with heaven's grace. As he starts hum right to the face of Syra, trying to see if maybe he can get him outside of this circle here. And T225 now is on the chopping block here. Not looking good for him, as he's going to have to see if he can scale rush this out. But Frosty wants a bite. He wants a bite of T225 here. Oh! You saw that too, right?
Of course, hidden Lotus, man, came out from the flesh. And one thing too is that was the reason Shaw wanted to make sure to proc. Oh, Frostbus catches a parry, but T25 had his combo breaker ready. He's at 60%. The Gregorian chant from GG Shaw, which is making sure he keeps safe. There's going to be a 1-ball throw from Frostbus. Now he has to burn out the second one just at the right time to make sure he can catch T25 here, but GG Shaw's making this life a little bit difficult. There's going to be the chance here for free blue focus. Can the kill still be stolen? There it is. The goalie stance, and Frostbus gets elimination. 2 kills so far. Finds the Soul Bloom and goes ahead and keeps the extension. Now remember, this is a rage-based ultimate. He picks up that Soul Bloom. He's able to get another ball by this time and tries to keep the stagger going on for Shaw, and this is going to be the blue focus spin that might be coming out. There it is, a chance again and again. He gets the parry, he gets the lethal jab, and he confirms the kill with first place. Frostbus catches MVP, and those 3 eliminations given to him in that end game circle.
That was a very patient game from Frostbus. Frostbus had a few moments where the odds were stacked against him. He had Wari. As we do see some heading towards Salvation Podium here, and we see 3, Star and Zuan already up top. Let's see if anyone's actually going to take the advantage here. Who's going to hit first? Aww. Wait, he's going to get back on? Yes. I want to see Arrow v Arrow fight. Yes. Don't get off, Star. Commit.
The hitbox. I don't want to talk about that hitbox, bro. That hitbox is so... that hitbox makes me sad every single time I see that. But he finds none. He finds blue armor, and Chisheng wants to take the fight. He's looking for the using the dagger here for the crouch on B. Holds blue, goes for clink number 1, and backs off to the corner, forcing out that whisk throw. And there's a fan on the ground. That's a frame 1 swap, but he decides to back off since XY took enough distance, which he has more eluding time for Chisheng. Over towards, in terms of Frostbus and Spider, near towards the quarry. This is going to be a 2-on-1 opportunity for deletion as Frostbus gets caught. Spider finally gets his first elimination coming through here. Blue armor, and is going to be building that up. Pace, though, is at 1 HP in a dream, and that pistol shot from Burst confirms it. Can he get that solo? And it won't be the case. It looks like Fong was able to find that sooner than anything, or by Grizzly Rise.
Looks like Verse. So he's going to take a leave of absence here, as Fong is going to try to see if we can get back inside of that 10 here. Blue focus on both. Uh-oh, here we go. Both of them going to try to see if maybe they can take advantage of it with that strike here. Oh! Misses out on the first strike here, but takes the parry still to somehow connect that. I'm still surprised that he was able to actually connect that.
you know, predicting it. He's like, you know, he's gonna throw it, and he threw it. I didn't know anything was gonna do it. DT5 finds an armor swap here in the corner against Shaw and City of Tang. Ultimates are ready for both sides. There's a block extreme. LMB is confirmed. We'll look for the combo breaker, sees it, looks for an LMB. This is gonna be 0 for 0 potentially here for DT5. He can get out of here. That is gonna be one RMB. There's the mitigation from the ultimate. This is V1, by the way, for the Lonnie. So DT5 uses it as an escape tactic. But look at the sustain that comes out. He tried to hit it off the corner and back off to the side. He sees that Fong teleported towards the ball in goalie stance, and now TT5 has only one ball left, and he's looking towards the inside as the bounce comes off, and Shaw takes a direct hit off of that. So this is going to be the chase down. The slide uppercut doesn't confirm here, but TT5, he's going to go for it again and sees towards the blue focus. F1 consume for the combo breaker, and obviously he's just trying to go for the flank here. He finds it. It looks like it might be a window so to be broken, and he's going to go ahead for a reset as Shaw is right around the corner, and that realized that TT5 needs to keep the chase going.
I'm really surprised by that here, even with the ball like really being able to maneuver. But once he goes around that corner, goes in the building, throws his ball, and it ricochets off, that was disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie, that was a no-look pass, just like on some like that was just rude. He didn't have to do that. That was wild. Even with T225 here, we try to see if we can scale rush it out off of this. Try to see if we can find a decent shield swap here. He's gonna need something at least better than a gray. Hopefully he can try to see if we can find a blue here. He's going to take his time here. His Fong's going to be able to go to the inside, but he doesn't have enough time here, and he captures the strike. Onto Fong. Fong trying to see if maybe he can back off this. Looks like Fong decides to, because he says he doesn't really want too much of the smoke here. Nice little bit of a strike here. This is going to be able to slide off. Keeps that momentum going here. GG Shaw might be going up for the follow-up. He has purple shield. He has blue nunchuck, so he does have decent loot, at least for a solid start here. Good fight. Possible decent damage. V2 really being very helpful here for this player here. And honestly, seeing it live here with Lonnie this is like really fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, I saw that DRG Fong, and I was watching gameplay from another player point of view. I think it was from Mike, where he saw Fong using V1. And it was kind of getting into a conversation about how the usage of V1 is versus V2. Whether we saw when we see it in solos in the beginning of Lonnie's release, we're like, he's trolling. Frame one. Everyone thought, nah, he's trolling. But the one thing that comes out from V1 is that in instances of closed areas, you'd use that bounce to kind of confirm the hits, but it also gives a huge, massive amount of damage. Massive amount of damage that comes out. And it continuously bounces. Otherwise, you get as close as you can with the ball using your F2 or using the F skill within the ultimate for V1. And then if you catch the ball, you can rebound it towards your opponent again, and then you can just go ahead for some spam hits. And it also creates a nice point of where you are you're able to fly in an omnidirectional pattern similar to Hadi, but in this case, where you're able to take those usages and as much as you can to try to space out or to close gap. But we are going to take a look and see an ASC's XY here. Gold Hong Sword earned from the Salvation Podium with the puzzle being cleared. He sees Verse, who has a purple Hong Sword and has himself with that V2 Akos to be going through. This is going to be a fun fight. This is Tumult versus Akos. Two counter pick options in the past, but now going up head to toe right here, where they'll now be coming through and playing parallel to one another and making to ensure that they can play as much space over towards the east of Plume Castle. But back to the City of Tong, we see GG Shaw here having that purple armor and just making sure he can work this out. And rocking that V2, as we saw earlier, is going to be something where whether or not we see if it's going to be either forced or used as a counter option.
Now, would it be used as a counter option? Would you use it as a counter option if you were in the middle of the game?
I mean, one thing that comes out is using it as an ultimate focus mitigation if it comes from a cast from another type of ultimate. Whether Shayo is an active usage and she has a block already procced and she has a chance of throwing the shield throw, activating the ult to counter it would then be just a read at the end of the day. If he can read that, that's where he's able to come through, burn another Shayo block, and just play around and play in tiptoes.
See if we can keep that same momentum going here, as we will be able to get the first Realm of Gang Circle happening here. See who's going to take advantage of it, at least towards the inside. It looks like T225 is going to snag the first one here. Just in the nick of time here. Lots of arrows is able to come through towards this as Chuz. He's going to try to see if he can dive in. Same with Shaw with the nunchucks. Trying to see if he makes some magic happen, but not able to as T225. Going to get some nice hits on the spear here. Goes airborne. Trying to see if he can say what's up to Chuz up top here. And he gets him caught inside of this corner here near the stairs. Nice damage though from the blue. Tries to see if he can capture it inside, and it looks like he's not able to. Pops the Q so he can get a little bit of some movement out of the way here so he doesn't get caught by maybe two players at once. GG Shaw. Oh, ends up throwing him inside with the combos of the nunchucks here. 25 seconds left on the clock. He is going to have to see if he can dive up in here as he pops the ulti here just so he can throw Shaw out of the circle. It looks like he's going to be able to potentially fall into this as he sends Shaw. That's just rude. That's just rude. You ain't got to do all that. Look at yo. This is kickball, but this is like a high school kickball, and you're just like sending. You just keep kicking it to him, and it just keeps landing in his face somehow.
No. So here's the thing with V2 Liam. It's the fact that he can catch somebody who has the Yang pass and he can throw them out of the Yang pass pool to ensure that he can get the pass himself. But didn't work out. TG5 finds himself in here. He has a benefit percent, no dual halberds on standby. He's up against Spider, who everyone's like, yo, where's Spider today? And I'm like, listen, we might see it here right now in the Roman Yang. He doesn't have any specialty jades, but all he's got in his hands is dual blades and a pistol and a longsword on standby. So let's take a look at the scene about how this Spider fight goes up here, Dobby.
Goats don't always pop off, immediately. Got to take some time first. Even with that here, Spider is going to be able to capture a nice little bit of some strikes here towards the bottom. Now it looks like T225 is going to try to see if maybe he can get some hits here, but sadly isn't able to here. Both of them able to catch the sun. Pops open the ulti here. Goes on the defensive. As now that ball starts to be able to come through here. A really good opportunity here just to let it stall, knowing that we still have plenty of time, but each time he's going to use that shield to ricochet off so it doesn't necessarily just absolutely destroy him. He's going to have to play towards it at least favorably out of this way so he doesn't get fully caught up. He does get some nice hits off this though, especially with the ball. The ball was able to do a decent amount of damage, but not enough. Nice little bit of a crumble right there towards that combo. Beautiful strike here. Spider reads it so well here and gets the finish on T225. Uh-oh. My boy's waking up again. Y'all better be careful.
Good morning. Here's a cup of coffee. Yo, velocity untold on Spider. All right, GG's. We're going to see you guys. And he got blue nunnies on the standby. But all right, GG's. We're going to end the stream right now. No, I'm joking. So listen, with Spider on velocity untold, the nunnies has gold full sword. This is kind of the setup, the century for him to last throughout his Vermilions into second realm. However, which way, he is up on 3 eliminations. He's gonna up and coming this with the spear as well that he just picked up from that fight. So purple spear with the pole sword, he's able to, if he wants to convert it into a staff, he could. He has the option right now to have a backup weapon just in case he loses 2 weapons in a row. But regardless, City of Tang has a fight going on. We know that 65 lost at Romy Yang. He is gonna try to look for a yoink here if he can. The longsword beam, there's a double hit right there, and sees that XY burns ultimate. There's a grapple bump into the 2-on-1 swap. Can he really do anything? Nope. Gotta tie his hair red. Moxie knows what I'm talking about. TTG5 though has to make sure he can go ahead and work himself out the ult, which he's able to, but it's in a difficult position because if someone looks towards XY and takes that kill, that's an immediate solo pickup. They're not going to ask any questions. They're just going to go ahead and eat that bloom once it drops on the ground.
See how that goes here. As Yuan is able to find some free space here to get some shield as falling. Comes through as a surprise guest right in front of him here. Looks like Yuan is going to be able to take the arm stretch here. Goes for the scale. Just trying to see if he can get away as much as possible here, knowing that 2 are just dangling right off the sides here. Nice movement on both sides here, but sadly isn't able to do too much here as he's able to go right down towards the very bottom. It looks like the chase is going to continue on here as we see Spider on the outside. Oh my goodness. PDY just destroyed Spider. Just out of nowhere. Obviously, having that Vermilion's bird might, it's okay. He was able to go through with the resurrection, keeps all of his loot and all of his weapons, but now Zuan is caught on the wrong side of the tracks here, knowing that he's got 3 people fully chasing him full speed. It's not looking good so far here. Even though he has decent shield, he has a blue fan, he has blue shield, just not. Oh, wow.
No way, bro.
Wait, there's no way he just did that. There's no way he just did that. There's no way did he run the bell and then sat here and was like, not here.
Swamp Izzo. I swear, man. There's no way. There's no way that everyone is like, yeah, he went this way. Okay, let's go. Like, all right, gang, let's go.
Insane.
No, Mystery Incorporated around there. They don't know what let's find out who the culprit is. Hubris. All right, listen. Everyone's going to be walking away from this spot. XY is safety netted out of here. Only problem is for XY, he still needs a solo him. He still needs to take fight, and Prosperous finds a fight up at T5, whether he wants to or not. Having the chance that you've seen that combo breaker be burned, Prosperous will proc ultimate preemptive. There's the ultimate. There's the V1. Another thing to know is that F2 can stagger. If you guys are seeing why he's going up in face value, it also staggers with the F cast in the ultimate. Look, boom, there. And now T25 finds himself to just miss the bounce. The rebound doesn't come out to this corner of the court, and now it's going to be a V1 a wild haymaker throw from Prosperous. The bounces are still going to come around in terms of towards the salvation podium, and whether or not Frostus wants to go inside, he is within the zone under the undermines of taking zone take damage, and TG5 knows he needs to take this fight whether regardless he's going to die to the zone or not. He still has around 60 seconds before the clock runs out for his game completion.
Meanwhile, going inside of the tree here, both of them are fighting this out on the outskirts of the storm here. Trying to see who's going to take advantage of anything here. It looks like T225 is going to try to see if he can give some advantages here, but it's not looking good, though, as it looks like we're going to see Shaw on the backstretch here comes through and decides to join in on the party here. And it looks like he's going to go for the shield here on the inskirts here. Oh, is able to send him on the outskirts here before he was able to pop the rest of the heals here. Uh-oh, we still have that nice little roller here. We don't want to get eliminated here towards the roller, so let's take our time. Let's not do anything too hasty. As T225 is going to go for the heals here. Frostus on the inside here. He still has some heals left, so he's got time. He's going to stall a little bit, give himself some time. Oh, yeah, he's got a decent amount of heals. He's not going to... He'll be all right.
Yeah, the weakness escalation. That thing is going to melt, though. Yeah, he's going to have to make moves now. 15 grapples in the stead. GG Shaw's looking for him, and T25 still getting hunted by GG Shaw. So second round is going to be starting out here in just a moment for the players to wait for that Yang pass to be executed for. But there is Frostfist living. T25, he's out of the game because of that Yang depletion. There he goes. All that gear, all the stuff in his pockets, not going to be able to be noticed. It's going to be just left in the zone. But Frostfist, GG Shaw is looking around for him. There's heals to be heard and Frostus to be seen. And GG Shaw is going to put the blinders on. Maybe looking back. Maybe just making sure he looks back here. He's going to get towards the Yang and making sure he can try to get in there. That preemptive ultimate from Versus to defend himself to get that Yang pass and active usage. It's going to force him into the fight. But it's going to be a fight between GG Shaw and Frostus potentially. Otherwise, Yang 2 is in effect.
See if they can keep that same momentum going as GG Shaw finds Frosty here. Frosty's still dangerously low. Doesn't think he has any heals left here, so this might be a free elimination here if he can get close here. CDY fighting this out with the PXT inside of the realm of Yang here. CDY trying to see if he can find a nice little bit of a nice strike to be able to come through with it, but not able to here. He's able to pop the F just to be able to get a little bit of some stun action just to try to get away. CDY just trying not to really engage in this fight here. He forces him to really go up here. Oh no, don't tell me he caught him with the juggle here. Oh, beautiful hit with the Justina. And looks like he forces the pop from the ulti here. Almost misses him inside of it. Catches him inside of the ball here. Gives him a quick second here to pop at least one of the shields here. Goes for the combo. Beautiful strikes with the dual halberds here. Is he going to do a nice little bit of some strike? Oh, Justina almost catching on the ice freeze, but not able to do it. Catches him again inside of the ball. Gives him time to go for the shield here. Whoa!
Bruh.
What is that?
We're in turnaround century right now. Everyone's grieving, but there's a combo breaker, and this is sap reveal from Pays to slap. I can, everything that's happening in this Roman Yang fight is kind of breaking my mind right now. Because CDY, he captured it, he got caught by a TOD, and Pays still had a chance of being able to catch a stagger, but he did it too late, in which CDY activated ult, and now to the stage where we are right now. It's a blue focus, wild haymaker spam, and PXC, it's 1 RB from death. There it is.
There it is.
He was like, yo, you should have died like 17 days ago. But CDY, what he did is he threw him up to look for a slight uppercut extensions to go for the infinite. Didn't occur, didn't catch it. He does find himself a Cloud Weaver and a Gold Staff, as well as, I believe, a Tai Chi Fantasy crew, which also is usage for a true uppercut into a sheet swap or even a 2-on-1 swap with the fan. Whether or not CDY wants to do that, it's up to him. But taking out Cloud Weaver, absolutely. That's an endgame Jade that we can see. Spider, though, 3 eliminations. We saw him get killed off by CDY earlier. Roman Yang depletion didn't take Roman Yang number 2, but it is going to be where Verse is going to be having the White Tiger's prowess as well. So he's going to be working around and clocking around the map and seeing what's up. Our kill spread comes out to this. CDY with 3 eliminations as well as with Spider. 2 kills for Verse and Star. 1 kill for Aisha and Fong, but 0 points so far for Frostfist and GG Shaw. Both of them, one being a Shayo, the other being a Lani. And into this game, it's going to be up to, upset spaghetti moments if they get a yoink and then that gives them a little bit of point advantage. But then again, that's all that it comes down towards. They can seek towards catching just 1 kill to the next. Now for Fang, problem is he is under the pretense of that Roman Inquisition for the next 4.5 minutes. So he's going to have to make sure that it works out if he decides to go to the city of Tang, because see, that might be where all the players are to his knowledge, when in fact it is.
He's got to strike too. He really wants to here. Even though we got CDY with 3 eliminations and Spider with 3 eliminations. So Spider's making some noise. And so is CDY. Finally. 3 eliminations deep. He's in 4.5 and he's in the chopping block right now. Overall in 14th place here. So CDY still has some work to do here if he's going to see himself much higher past the red line here. If you guys are looking for the first time here for NARAKA Bladepoint, that red line is the elimination area. A place where you don't want to be. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. You look like you were going to say something. That's why I stopped.
Now I'm just calculating stuff into the match, man. But yeah, that red line, no go zone, bro. If you're below that line, you are not making to the bi-weekly finals, which happens after 3 days of playing. And this is day 2. So some players are already on their second day of playing, such as PXT, Spider, TT25, Star, Frostfist, and Verse. They're all day 2 players right now currently. So this is the last chance, just making sure they can get as many points before the T3, crossing their fingers that if they're within that center line of 12th place, that they don't get crossed the pond. So hoping to see that performance come out where, we don't want everyone to go into, I want this person to win over this person, but man, it's going to be a close fight when you know that there's a skill ceiling that has been marked, especially with past victories with other players, such as seen with Fong, who is getting chased the heck down. He is getting chased throughout this entire floor, but he looked at the disengagement. I talked to you about it. One of the 4 emperors, and he's using a dagger, which is the key weapon for disengagement. Look at this S tier plus gameplay, bro. I can't even talk about it, Davi. I can't.
Why can't you?
Because it's too good.
It's too good.
It's too good, bro. Way too good.
And that's what it's like here inside of the realm of Yang or NARAKA Bladepoint just in general here. Still a lot of action happening here. And if you're still new here, make sure to go follow all the social media for the NBPL, everything related to the pro players, to the casters, and everything which well here for NARAKA to NARAKA Bladepoint. Oh, nice parry here on the Fong, but as Zhao ends up stealing the elimination right in front of PXT. Oh, I know he's pissed. I know he's pissed.
But you know what? He's crazy. He's actually able to pick up the Jades that Fong had, which is Phantom Step and a Sap Jade. So that's even huger because that denies someone else from picking up that Sap Jade in case they catch a parry, because it's a single hit. There's no reaction to it. So you can't use your combo breaker until you get hit by anything for a stagger. But replay actually playing out here. This is the loss that Fong took into the Romy Yang, and he was up against Verse here. Oh man, there's a combo breaker being used here immediately up, and that read was going to come out from Verse to catch an LMB stagger. He burns his F skill with his F1 for the Akko. So he's able to catch that mitigation for the 8 seconds, but then he gets caught by a stagger. Oh, this is going to be it. Watch this. Oh, explosive armor. I denied that. And this is going to be Fong to the corner side. That explosive armor saves Fong's life. No, but we know the end value of this fight is a loss. So let's take a look at seeing what Fong can do to pick apart this by piece. Akko's ult preemptive once he gets caught by a stagger. This gives the Verse full offensive value. Combo breaker out. Fong looking to mitigate that time there. Sees the usage of the Scare Rush, knows the proc ult here on V1 status as we saw, and this is the F2 stagger. But remember, this is going to be a V2 Akkos versus holding very steadily in terms of when to use this. But with the ultimate being done now, it looked to be just a reset angle between both of these Davi, and there's a parry like that. That man is donezo.
Is he though? Potentially, with the amount of time that he has here? Never mind.
Triple jump LMB, bro? Oh man.
You ain't seen nobody do a parry with the triple jump. Sometimes, they might get, never mind.
You check?
Maybe.
Can't believe. Maybe.
Just maybe. You never know. I'm just saying. Strange things have happened inside of the realm of Yang, and other things too. It is, it can be very, very hectic and very hasty. Wow. Burst, CDY. Star and Azale. Star. EXT. Still a lot of momentum here inside of this, but less hecticness. So,
yeah.
EXT really putting in some noise here with this first game here. And obviously that confidence really coming through in stride. How does he maintain what he already has right now?
For pace, he's the Justina, man. And the Justina can be caught out very quickly. He can escape with 3 dashes, but after that, it's over. This Spear Well is a Mystic Might, so for right now, he's going to be cutting around the corner of the circumference of this Yang shield and just making sure he can try to capture it or just catch some sort of poke here and there for instance, someone who gets caught in a clink, right? Those little instances of just being caught into the frame of a clink, and he can go for a blue focus in the moment. But for PXT right now, Gold Hong Sword doesn't want to throw as many blues as you kind of hope for, and just hoping to see that if anyone gets caught out, whether a forced Liam ult comes through, he can look for the target that Liam wants to throw out with the orb and come out. In the distance though, over by Cinnabar Valley, A-Shao is not having a good time. He's at 300 HP. He has Sire ult still active, which is another target in the game that you kind of want to work out and getting her out of the game, so long as she's able to work with another Sire just to make sure that they can survive. And that seems to be not to be the case. Sire ult is coming out here, and you can see how much the other Sire is not going to go worry for her. A-Shao is going to be left to the ringer, and potentially once his ultimate ends out, everyone will still clock in and making sure they can get rid of her from this game.
Looks like Zhao is having some fun here instead of making a fireworks show inside of a tent. I don't know if that's a fire hazard. At least I don't think so. It might be. You'll have to get that checked out possibly. As Azale looks like he loses some shield here as well, and now he's about to get chased by the entirety of the lobby. Definitely not the space that you want to be in here when you're trying to just dive out as much as possible. Azale trying to blue scale as much as possible, just getting away from a little bit of everybody here. Almost cancels out so much of that movement when he when he gets away, he keeps maneuvering as much as possible here, but it's not looking good for him here as he tries to see if he comes back with the shield, but not going to be able to do it as he does end up getting eliminated here as PXT is able to find his second elimination here inside of this. 24-point deep. CDY caught inside of a combo as well. Like he's going to go for the reshield here, but it looks like Star wants to try to see if he can keep some momentum going here. He wants some of that energy, but decides not to. Doesn't want to get caught up by the ball as he pops over and resets the... Oh no! CDY, don't do that. Oh no, that's not looking good for him. His Star ends up catching it with the combo. And now he finds a gold shield swap. Look at that time.
That spirit wheel that he's holding on to that spirit wheel shield for the items on the ground until a certain amount of time it'll be available, but he doesn't swap immediately. He waits for until when he needs to use it as a reset, and he finds it. Right now, it's our ult to be used from Star on a position where Star has no armor. Once he's at 8 seconds right now left to go through the ultimate. So Star, once he's trying to look for heals, he's also trying to keep a dazzle on this Liam. There it is, catches it, goes for level 2 light beam, catches it, boom. But his ultimate's on. He's keeping close to the wall in case he needs a scare rush. Now he goes straight into the heart of it. Rampage comes out, combo breaker utilized, and Star goes for a 1-2, no 3. Makes sure he can hold horizontal here for the dual blades as the target comes out with a free R&Bs in the background from Verse, somebody at least, and there's the F1 from it. There's going to be the blue focuses. The burn from the blistering edge comes out. Justina from this play from Spider as he yoinks the kill and has 2 eliminations, possibly up to 4 now actually, and that's going to be where it comes down for Pace, having to not get any value off of that soul boom.
That's unfortunate here, because you want to make sure that you get every single piece of opportunity you can when it comes to like really having the opportunity to close in on some fights, but you definitely don't want somebody else to take advantage of that and really just finish it off as well here, because that's just not fun. That's not fun for you to get eliminated knowing that you really could have done a lot more. Yeah. Let's see here. Who do you think truly has the advantage here in this situation?
Spider still hasn't procced ult. So that's kind of the idea of the lobby. And when it comes to the real brass tacks of the endgame circle, the Lonnies have full advantage of this. Akos can work out. We've seen this in the past where Akos can kind of work off of the action of throwing a V2, but there's not a lot of height in terms of this area, just a lot of spacing. Jade's though coming from CDY, going to be using Rampage, has that Cloud Reaver, but no Fist Blades in hand. Has himself to really just pace himself out here. Desperation onto Verse with a Roger's Grip, so if he has a chance of losing the gold focus, it won't matter. But a Blue Cannon with a Rupture Gale Burn, he has that Velocity Untold, he's got Purple Nunnies for Verse. This is big for Akos, especially where he doesn't have to use his Combo Breaker to get out, or his F ability to get out of sticky situations as a soft Combo Breaker. But there's a Cloud Bloom onto Pace, we saw this coming from earlier. He also has Roger's Grip, he has Phantom Step. Overlord is going to be something in his pocket, so whether he's going to be switching out to that, we'll see. Blistering Edge, we saw from GG Shot earlier, Tempest Kick, and a Sap Jade. And a Sap Jade onto Alani here, even though he doesn't have as much to work with, and having it on a heavy weapon would be crucial. And there's going to be a Barbolt's Poison Tip, but more importantly, a Sunwing Shot, and a Quick Charge Thunder Call with a Tempest Kick onto Frostfist with gold dual blades on a standby, and a purple staff and a purple longsword. And then with Spider, he got nothing specialty. All he got is his mental as well as that gold pole sword.
Yo, you're just a hater.
Nah.
He's like, I'm just stating facts. No, that's just you sound like you're hating a little bit. That sounds like some hating. I'm just saying.
What's your dictionary?
Why are you hating? Right back towards it here at the top of the angle here. It looks like Frosty gonna take his time here with the musket, trying to see if he can get some connectivity at all here. A lot of people are gonna be able to hold strong. You did say some of the top players here really have an advantage here towards this, really able to keep it together here. But let's see who's gonna be able to hold strong towards the very end here. It looks like Shaw was able to successfully repair one of his weapons here. Looks like Spider's gonna be able to pop open his shield here. Might be some of the last shields that these guys will be able to take here. 50 seconds left on the clock for the final circle to close in here. It's a tight one. We got about 5 players in here, actually 6, I take it back. That's really gonna be able to have the opportunity here as PXT actually gets destroyed for some of the shield here. Let's see, he's gonna give the opportunity here. Oh no, CDY takes advantage of it here for that second, depletes him of all of his shield here. Now he's gonna, whoa!
Sunwing Shot, man. Quick bullet velocity. Musket ball comes out quick, and Frosty gets that yoink,
Frosty just steals it. Just yoinks it away from him, which is huge here. That's his first elimination. That's going to be very helpful for him here going into this final circle here as the ulti starts to get popped here from Shop, knowing it's not looking good for him here. Dangerously low, has no shield, needs a little bit of heals potentially. He's going to be able to pop it down here. Oh, but he does get popped by Frosty here. Now the question is, does Frosty take advantage of this here and captures the elimination here towards the final section here? He's dangerously low, but the shield is able to keep him alive just for a little while. while longer here. Oh, and Verse is able to come through and slap him with the spear and sends him on the outskirts here. Actually, the longsword, and sends him out of the circle here. Frostive is having an opportunity here to clutch it for 2, and sadly wasn't able to here, as he does end up stealing it away from him here. He is able to get the Soul Bloom. Let's see if he goes for the quick reset here. It looks like he's going to find another one on the outside, but it's not looking good. 2 golds versus the purple. Frosty on the outskirts here. Not looking good as 2 of them at least go airborne here. And Spider, way the heck up top here, doesn't want anything to do with what's going on in the bottom. He's going to try to see if he can hold strong for as long as possible. Sends Frosty, at least set it back down here. And he says, hey, listen, you can do all that, but you gonna stay down here because I want nothing to do with that amount of action here. And here we go. Outside of it, Spider ends up getting caught by the Tiger of the Akos. Akos able to see if he can make some magic happen here. What sends CD on the outskirts here. Spider gets a beautiful finish, and he captures at least 2 to 3 eliminations. Spider clutches up in the game number 2 here. Spider feeling it out, ladies and gentlemen. That's a dangerous combo and a dangerous end for a dangerous guy.
See, I wasn't hating. I was calculating. I said I didn't
Be a very hectic spot here. A lot of commotion and a lot of action here off the rip here. It looks like PXT, and it looks like that's Frostive is landing basically in the same corridor right next to each other here, and it's not looking good here, knowing that Frostive has had the advantage here. They're able to get a first couple sets of strikes here, and PXT on the wrong side of this, knowing that PXT is dangerously low here, hasn't found a shield swap yet, is able to find one, and just like that, now he's back in the game.
Yeah, and that was a good hold from Frostbus to release that just at the right time. Does a hold out one as Pace is trying to go for the turnaround. In the immediate release from Frostbus could have been counter parried. There's a counter grapple. Pace making his ways around here in the one, trying towards Sunveil Dwelling would be his best option, but he keeps himself nice and poised. He only got 1 grapple. He can't take much time in terms of escaping, but he has the pulse sword as a way of holding blue and being mobile. He takes the time to try to go for heals. Spider shots coming in here from a cannon as the katana comes right back out, and PXT uses F1. It's 100 heal and tries to find himself out, gets caught and into the web. There's going to be a chance here for that Fist plays R&B, doesn't catch it, gets caught, and Verse comes out for the first elimination. Now, the immediate Soul Bloom pickup takes a little bit of Chusheng's verticals from that staff, but he looks for the Scare Rush, uses it offensively to try to reposition around the corners, and this might be a point where he can just use those haystacks in order to Scare Rush pass and get straight towards a line of sight for the opponents. Chusheng, though, still marking up the pressure against Spider, and with the pole sword swings coming up from Frostbus, it's anyone's game for the win.
Definitely anyone's game here as the parry comes through. Spider not looking good as he ends up getting a combo break, and he has nowhere to go, can't do anything, and he chuckles him all the way down the hill. That is absolutely disrespectful here, but a beautiful finish coming in from Verse, though, as he's able to capture that massive blue strike combo all the way down here, and now him and Shaw is fighting this out here. Looks like there might be a third party potentially with the musket, as both of them are going to try to see if they can scatter potentially, but Verse wants this chase. He gets the first elimination. He's feeling good off of it. Pops the ulti, forces Justina to pop it as well here, and just like that, he pops it open, and he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. And this is going to be a forced reset for Verse to use his R&B for the orbs, and now back to Chusheng, back towards the Sunveil Dwelling. Whole blue focus. Spider has purple nunnies. He's looking to go for the R&B. There it is. Maybe looking for a horizontal. Not going to be the case. Fist blades off to the corner side. It makes it seem that it's going to be a difficult choice for a parry, and Chusheng commits towards it. Doesn't get any confirmation. Burns his combo breaker. He looks to Scare Rush, and he won't be a success for it. And another blue focus to get parried. This gives Chusheng another time to look for a rollout here from the top side. And Chusheng, 1 LMB, 1 cling. That's all it's needed, and that's elimination. Verse picks up 2 on the board right now, and there's going to be up to 3, I should say. He's going to go for a grapple bump against Frostbus, potentially 4. Horizontal doesn't meet for the first part, but the second part will. For Frostbus, B2 Lonnie, as stated and mentioned early on before, that's the ultimate that we're going to see here, but with Verse having this much terrain advantage here, 1 stagger could be all that's needed to burn the combo breaker first, and then the deletion from Frostbus.
Absolutely insane. What a marvelous finish here towards this here, as he's going to try to see if he can slide in a little bit more here. Frostbus is still able to be on the side stretch of this. Ooh, almost holds for that with the blue strike. Almost was able to connect off of it here, but sadly was just a couple of inches away from it here. Wasn't able to fully connect towards it. Looks like Verse is going to keep the same momentum going here. Trying to see if he can keep the same string of momentums happening here. As Frostbus trying to see if he can find it. Oh, nice strike towards this just to be able to capture it. But he is able to go for a nice little reset. Frostbus is able to continue to keep the same function as he's waiting for him to strike off the inside here with that blue focus, as he was able to connect it. Captures it with the juggle. Not looking good for Frostbus here as he's forced to come out, popping it on the double. And it looks like he's going to try to see if he can go back in again here. Second time's the charm, I guess. Is able to follow stride with that here. Doesn't get caught up on the next one. Almost hits him with the parry and is able to capture the finish. Frostbus able to really see all of that and still was able to come through with the dub.
Exactly. And one thing too is that was an even fight on both ends. The clinks between the scare rushes, anticipating the scare rush and going for a neutral attack to clink it off and keep it in place. Really nice play from Versta, especially when he got the uppercut. I believe he was able to kind of swap off in order to keep the extensions of the staggers with the RMBs and the crouch LMBs. That was something that I was really hoping to, see how it would turn out. But finding the blue focuses and finding the action, Frost has earned himself the kill. Over to Servant's Grounds though. Spider is chasing down TT25 as a result with a 1 reset for the heal. TT5 finds himself to get caught by the F1 from the Octo, so Spider goes for the 1-2, gets caught by the Halberds. Blue focus, dodges now. Nice vertical drop down though. Attempt from GG Shaw. GG Shaw with purple weapon, or purple armor I should say, having to work against a Syro and a purple no weapon is actually a huge pickup here. They can get the kill, they can get the gear. Right now XY though doesn't have a chance. We might see a cancellation of the ultimate. There it is. LMB uppercut, grapple bump, combo breaker use. XY finds the nunnies to go for the blue focus, doesn't catch any sort of stagger immunity, so he goes for ultimate instead and looks to burn 2 blocks. Gets V1. The cannon shots could come here for the Yoink. Combo breaker from TT25, and that's going to be a kill elimination for XY. Spider looking to try to catch the LMBs after the ultimate has already exceeded all the blocks, but there was still one more shield thrower left for XY to deny this chase. And then with GG Shaw coming back to the mix, this will be a chance between whether or not anyone's going to pick up 1 elimination or just 2.
Question is, let's see if they can really put it together here towards that. It looks like Spider taking his time here. He's able to get a little bit of some free time here. GG Shaw is able to do the exact same thing. Very surprising here, knowing that Shaw having that great shield swap, not giving him too much of an advantage here. Even though he does have that blue weapon though on him. It looks like he's gonna find the next one. Oh, almost gets caught up though. That would have been a real tough combo to be able to pop out of. Looks like he's gonna find Verse on the other side of this. Decides not to fully engage on this. Looks like we're gonna be heading towards the circle here. The question is, who's gonna take advantage of it? Who's gonna get the first emblem? And who's gonna fight for it after that? Oh, and they both strike for it. It looks like Shaw's is able to capture one. But who captures the other? Spider. Spider now has it. So let's see if maybe he can hold on with a little bit more momentum towards this. He's gonna take his time. Not really gonna force too much out of this here. This is gonna keep maneuvering through. 37 seconds left on the clock. Decides to take it all the way to as long as humanly possible. Well, everybody else still is contemplating on whether or not they want to fight him or not. Oh no, it's not looking good. Now he's getting jumped. He pops open the ulti here just so we can get some of that jumping momentum here. I don't know if he's going to get a successful kill off of anybody here, but he definitely is able to at least get inside. Now the question is when does he take it?
Yeah, it's gonna be. He's using it to try to keep space apart. Now he has 1v2, casts out 7 seconds. He used it exactly the time where it's 25-second duration for his ultimate, and then once this happens, he can just dash. He can bomb dash right with an F1 and makes himself an entry point into the Roman Yang. Purple armor is fully restocked. His ultimate restocked. Has Hong Sword on standby with this dual blade setup, so he can just go for a quick swap. For Spider, that's the best case scenario. CDY though up against Shishang, and then CDY has a purple weapon, purple halberds, and having that Lonnie V2 option on the table. So with that being said, here's a pistol shot coming out from the other side as CDY looks for a musket shot against Bao to Shishang. Now Shishang gets caught by the blue focus, burns his combo breaker. Now we're looking for a face on value from CDY for an uppercut. It doesn't get you because of the pillar, and with it, Shishang could look for a scare rush here with the longsword as long as he can ensure that the combo breaker is burned out. CDY looks towards using horizontal, gets another uppercut, but there's going to be the blue focus. I didn't believe that might be an engraving from Shishang. Gonna have to triple check that for the moment. There's going to be a chance for that V2. There's a knockback coming up from the cast from the Justina. CDY stands still here, has his orb back to his face. He gets caught. This might be a TOD right then and there, folks. There's going to be one uppercut to the grapple bump into an uppercut into 2-1 swap. There's a corner. Doesn't get it. Might be looking for a dash here. Light risk here with that orb coming out, and there's a blue focus for free. Into the kick again, and there's the COD coming out. The combo breaker is initiated from Shishang, and there's the goalie stance. When the click gets tap dodge, and the engraving reveal again. This is going to be the jump LMB, of course, with Shishang looking for a musket shot or for a pistol shot into the face. It's going to be a reset angle. For CDY, though, Scare Rushes comes in here. He finds the corner. He goes for a 1-2, no 3. Looks for the use of that tap dodge. Goes for the 1-2, and with the Scare Rush, might be a potential position here for Shishang. There it is. He looks around the corner and tries to make sure he can get a heal or even a bait out, because whether or not CDY is anticipating the second time or third time for the engraving, there it is, and that's going to be where CDY might use a chance to use the combo breaker, but not going to be enough. The 2.0 doesn't kill off, gets the halberds back up again, and that's the LMB that comes out from Team Bauda.
Beautiful execution coming in from Bauda, though. Really able to take it all the way to the end here. Oh, Spider, how was he able to get that connection here is beyond me. That had to be a nice little curve for him to be able to capture that finish here, as he's able to capture him yet again with that ACOS, just dangerously getting him out of there here with the Lion. What? Down all the way towards it, and now let's see. GG Shaw is able to run him back with the combo here with the dual helpers, but the question is, can Spider complete this mission? Yes, he can. Turns around, he almost catches him with the parry, but is a little short off of it. Doesn't give him the chance for him to be able to go for the reset. He's already dangerously low, and just like that, Spider able to win inside the realm of Yang. Beautiful parry from Frostibus. Able to be able to... Oh, no!
Oh, man. It was quick thinking, though. Honestly, quick thinking. He wanted to swap the weapon out, but the problem is he just gave purple nunnies to Shishang versus combo breaker. That's tough. He could have used his pistol to swap out, but I think he was just thinking like 7 things at the same time. But yikers, Dobby, yikers.
That's tough. That's tough towards that one here. Just to be able to have that advantage here, just because he knew exactly what was going on and still was able to, it just didn't look the greatest. That's really unfortunate here. As Frostibus trying to see if he can hold strong here. Catches him, hits him with the ball. Nice little strike towards that Justina. Able to put a little bit of nice little ice on that fire. And he says, you know what? Just like that, ice can get rid of some fire, but it's not enough here. As Shazing is able to get a nice little bit of a freeze and sends him out of the way here with that Vermilion's Bird Mine. It says reset here. Now here comes the, never mind. CDY gets the elimination on 2-on-1. By the time we got to the fight, it's already over.
It's already over, bro.
Crazy.
Unfortunate. You know, it's kind of it's tough too because you know XY was working to that round to the beginning, but now it's he's out, at least in terms of the extension. If 1 kill elimination, they'll give him the CDY, another line in the game that's still within the game. That's very important to note. Frostbust, though, like we said, Realm of Yang depletion isn't in effect for him. He just had Vermilion Bird Smite, so he's now coasting alongside the map and making sure he can get towards another Realm of Yang and is make it possible. For GG Shaw, though, going towards his Realm of Yang is going to be an important aspect, especially considering he is only 1 elimination and he does have 3 minutes until Realm of Yang depletion kicks in. So he's looking for a target here with the dual halberds in his pocket and then hoping to see if he can just catch someone out. Spider is chasing out Fong as well, or rather or not he's looking for him. Gold Fist Blade to pick up from his Realm of Yang victory. So whether or not Spider is going to just try to throw as many blues or he's looking for tap LMBs, that's just something to keep in motion with the set of that combo, right? Because the Fist Blades, LMB, uppercut, 1, 2, 3, like it's reload for the amount of damage he can get off of it. And now for GG Shaw, he looks to chase down CDY because it's necessary right now in order to get himself out of that predicament.
Not the best predicament for him to be in, knowing that T225 just got absolutely parried by Shaw here. And it looks like he was able to get away just in the nick of time here before it really got hasty for him. Gonna be able to pop him. Oh, nice shield depletion off of that here. It looks like GG Shaw just trying to see if he can get out of harm's way now. Not looking good as he's in the open area here outside. Oh, this is the worst place to be. No chance, really. He finds a blue shield swap just in the nick of time. And now, even with that, he's still out a little bit too far in the open as so many pellets of cannon start to just absolutely go in. The fire tick starts to come through. They're trying to see if they can connect it. They want to get this elimination. He finds another shield just to be able to keep himself alive here as they're just absolutely pelting him with cannons. They are absolutely coming out of this. This is a 5v1. This is not fair. What is going on? They are bullying this man inside of this hut here. They want him gone. They want GG Shaw gone.
Bro, man, I was about to say something out of pocket, but I'm gonna say it anyways. My man was like, yo, I'm trying to exercise my Sparta's rights inside this building, please. Insane. And no, everyone is taking no for an answer. He's going for the R&B. T225 earns it. Upset spaghetti moment for Shaw, but that's where Fong is gonna just scale rush out. He knows he can't stay here for much longer. He's gonna go, he has 10 total armor patterns, not down to 8. Goes straight towards the foothold of that body and just seeing what's left on the remains, finds himself a weapon to just choose out. Spider, though, he's waiting out the Roman Yang. This is a chill session for him. He's Akos, he's got 1 blue focus, he's got Cyan Fang. This is actually a really good Jade for him, especially on the fist plates for him to use. He can catch a 1, 2, 3 uppercut and just deal out damage for the horizontal, but also gets heal back for free if he finds himself in a position of being a lot of chip damage that comes here and there, right? So if he takes a little bit of chip damage from CDY here and there, that's just something that he can set himself up for. Where CDY has a blistering edge, no pulse sword, he does have scatter shot, but no bow. The drop down blues are something to keep note about, and now they're both on the same pillar trying to see who's going to move first. Spider makes the move. He makes the attempt onto the other side. Pistol shot gets caught out, but the dodge is enough for Spider to avoid it. Now the blue hold checks, that's the most difficult part right here for the halberds. The Spider is looking to hold it. He gets to catch LMB, or jump LMB I should say, and look for the F1 usage. He catches the mitigation bonus that comes out from it. Kind of worried and seeing whether or not he's going to throw a blue focus, but we're both going to go for it. The combo breaker invested for CDY, blue focus held, and now jump LMB for the staggers. He's going for a scare rush, and Spider puts himself in the spotlight right here for not using his ultimate. There it is, and there's going to be the catcher into the LMB. Now it's going to be a counter roll Dobby from the Lonnie into the deletion. No, wait a second, this might be a kill steal, man.
Oh, this is looking like a kill steal potentially here as he's able to get the nice juggle off, gets the finish towards this and absolutely destroys him towards the very sector. That was absolutely insane. He didn't have to do all of that here. Star able to keep the same momentum going here, trying to see if maybe they can run it towards it. Catches him inside the ball, throws him nice and high up in the air here. Verse able to come through here. Nice little slash. Nice reset on both sides here. Star is able to capture him again inside with it. Dual Albert is able to put in so much amount of damage on Verse with that blue strike. Trying to take his time here with that. Ooh, nice little find. Looks like he's going to miss out on that one here. As Verse is going to try to see if he can back off, waiting for his opportunity here. Trying to see if he can find some time here to pop a shield here. 40 seconds left on the clock on both players. It looks like nothing is fully connecting. Oh, he tries to capture it with the parry. Goes for the stun just to be able to go for the reset. Doesn't want to capture him completely onto the combo. He's almost able to get the finish here. Goes airborne. Nice little strike towards this. Is not looking good for Star here. Oh, goes for the setup. Goes for the quick stop right beforehand and almost jukes him, and then still was able to capture the finish and get it done.
Yo, Star was calm and composed. I would have slammed the table. Waiting to get caught by that blue focus, but that's okay. We still have a chance here. 4.5 minutes. Spider has 4 minutes right now. He's looking for Fong as a yoink, but TDY was doing the work on it, and he's going to try to race him out for it. And whether or not Fong finds the armor swap, he does actually. So he's able to get a full purple armor swap right now. Gets a full heal. He's up and going. He's able to find himself his ultimate to be used just the right amount, but it's now up to him just to kite this cliffside by Eventide Temple. For Spider, it's a make or break right now for the elimination. Scare Rush comes out here, and we know that Fong's gonna get caught by one's grapple from the next, and there's the F1. There's gives Spider a little bit more time here for some chips. There's gonna be a Scare Rush coming out for CDY. We look for the spacing here to avoid the F2 knockback. Now for Spider, having the chance here to hold the LMB. There it is. Blue focus hold check might not come out to be released. He catches the stagger again. The staff moments coming in from Burst for a stanchion Sky Pillar mode is gonna be enough to kind of force destruction, and he also has jabbing. So that's a double Jade setup right now for the Sire, but the Star finds the elimination Fang. Can't find the Soul fast enough. The Stars are ready on the body, and Spider is just not gonna be able to go ahead and find the reset he wanted for that Yang depletion. He's got 3 minutes and 20 seconds before it is too late.
See if they can figure that out here towards this reset. Spider able to put a decent amount of momentum in for a lot of different areas. As Verse is able to come through. See if he can be able to push in here on towards Spider. Spider with a lot of confidence here. Feeling it out, pops the ball, almost is able to capture stun, but not enough as he's able to juggle it with the spear. Nice little blue stretch to find it, backs off for the stun coming in from the Akos. Spider able to try to find a nice little dodge, almost catches him on the outside and ends up sending him all the way down the hill here. Beautiful combo here to connect on so many different levels, and here comes Verse with the eyesight blinder. He says, hey, guess what? You can't see. Can you see? No, you can't. You're blind. I got too many lies on you. I got so much lights. It's gonna blind your fibulas or whatever your iris is inside your eyes. Can't see nothing. You can't run. You can't see what you can't touch.
Man's like an 808.
Real dangerous.
808's and hard. He's on the 808 speed, bro. He's a flashing lights.
Hey, you're lucky the lights don't go RGB.
That's right. You know, with a
rainbow colors.
Temperature 1400. I'll stop. 15. V2 comes out here from Spider. Kill elimination against Verse. Unfortunate too, because like I said, you know, Verse is playing Sire at that point, but Spider just kept kiting around. There's nothing that could be done about it. And Spider, 2 eliminations. Yang depletion is gotten rid of. Of course, he does have 5 other opponents to look towards into the future, and one of them is 2 of them are Alani, one of them is a Liam to be available, and another Sire in the game, and Justina could be the end of all. Stanchion Sky Pillar, explosive armor, a fire cycle lock, a engraving, jabbing, and a Cyan Fang, all given towards Star right now. He needs to find a staff if he wants that jabbing to come out in full circle. But if he finds a longsword, even better, because we saw engraving being used earlier in that Romy Yang, right? It's a fast animation. It's a new Jade on the block, dog. It's new Jade on the block. Previously, it was called Leap and Slash for the off season during the Witcher collab, but then it came back through, and now it's currently called engraving. It's a single hit that comes down from blue focus from a jump RMB, a jump vertical for you controller players out there. That really surprises your opponent because it's an animation that shouldn't be available normally, and that's just the case scenario. But also see in terms of Jades here, we're gonna see an actual play here for a Dragon, or for not Dragon like mine, but for a Dragon War actually for CDY, which is going to be good for the end game. So we saw him with the Blistering Edge earlier for the Jades. So for right then and there, that would be his play. But also there is going to be a chance for the Stanchion Sky Pillar on towards Spider as he has it. He's got the engraving, he's got the Cyan Fang, he's got Sap Jade, he's got Phantom Step. So whether or not anyone is trying to catch him, and when he starts scare rushing and starts shifting, no one's going to be able to catch that grapple stagger that they're hoping for.
Let's see if they can keep that same momentum. I mean, even with that there, still able to harbor it for what he can here. See Trilla's going for the rotation as well towards this. Everybody's getting out of the Bane's breath. Doesn't want to get caught up by the Banes. it seems like as hectic as this game is, it also feels very chill. It doesn't seem as crazy as like the last few that we've had thus far.
That part. I mean, kind of worried about the Moonbane. That's the biggest thing, right? Because Liam, and I want to mention as well for Star, if he catches an ult use, like no one wants to start the fight with that, especially when the Moonbane's active. There's also, I think over here in this time of day there isn't, but there's usually flaming cages over by the Eventide Temple towards the main courtyard. So there's another thing too. Also, I want to mention Star does not have Stanchion Stack Pillar. He has jabbing. He has Octaslash Blade. So Octaslash Blade on a Liam with gold dual blades, it's not going to be a fun time when you get caught out. You will absolutely, if you don't have a combo breaker, you're not prepared, you will get caught out if he shows that as a last minute effort.
They don't want to get caught out when they pop out.
That part. The bars?
Show players. Certified boogeyman. I'm playing.
Okay.
Say Drake. I'm able to put it back down towards the top here. Let's see. Looks like CDY was able to get at least something here on his belt here. So it looks like we're about to get some new loot for some of these players here who wants to try to see if they can find something here. Ooh. G25 trying to see if he can connect on it. Looks like he was able to here with that with the fan. Unsuspecting. Both of them going kind of back and forth here. This one I feel like is about to be a frenzy. Definitely about to dive in here and see if they can like nab something. See if maybe they can make it work here. But let's see if they can figure this out here towards it. Looks like even with that here, still able to pop through. Ooh, CDY. Able to get some nice hits here towards this. Trying to see if he can find it, but not able to do enough. Star trying to hold strong here towards the centerpiece here. Not everybody's going to be going towards the circle and diving in, and that's exactly what happens. Star ends up getting absolutely just pelted by different areas here on both sides here. Looks like Spider's got something real nice here on that. You see the amount of movement he moving right now. He's got that Soul Jade on him. It's about to get real dangerous here. Spider keep interacting with it.
Oh. There it is. Octaslash Blade is revealed. The lobby knows now for him to go through with it.
They know.
That's tough for Spider. He had an old proc for it, but he gets a full refresh because of the Spear Well. So now it's up to Star to, the repercussions of his sins. Sins of the father type moment, because now Spider wants to full send him, and then Star says, nah, I'm gonna yoink you, bro. See you later.
It's like, nah, it's good. You got it. You got it, buddy. Kind of insane, though, with everything that's been happening here. Spider trying to see if he can keep that same movement with the ulti. Everybody has an elimination, though. Definitely one of those lobbies here when everybody's fully locked in. Everybody got something. And Star is getting nothing currently. He is just absolutely getting fed right here from Chuz. Chuz putting in so much damage here on his Star here. Star actually stuck in the worst position he can get. Oh, he's so close. Hits Spider, though, just in the midst of him being between the wall and the Bane's Breath, and then in between another player here, trying to get away. Dangerously low here, just not trying to get connected, and it's too late here. Chuz is able to successfully get another elimination here. 4 eliminations deep into this pact here. Captures exactly what he needs to. He's 4 deep. He's 2 away from getting out of the red line.
Exactly. 2 points out from this point. If he gets himself first place, that multiplier with the placement points will do him good and justice. Now, Prosperous here, he still has 2 eliminations. He has to reset. Bobby got struck by a Moonbane, but look at his supplies, man. 2 armor powders are left in his pocket right now with only 3 vitalities. It is a game for the supply game, and right now, Spider holds all the keys. He's leaving those supplies there, and he can. It's right underneath the next shadow that's going to collapse into Shadow 5, so he can go back towards that if he starts going after Chase, because he's got around 90 seconds left for that Mystic Might. Now, for Spider, he now has accrued the Octaslash Blade with the gold dual blades, and for him playing on the Octos right here, it's going to be a mind point. There is going to be Frostbite going for the lethal jab, gets a connection for the RMB. Not going to be the case. The combo breaker comes, or not combo breaker, the F1 comes out from Spider from the Octos. The Rupture Gale comes out, and the project damage comes through. Spider puts himself in the face of the range shots from Frostbite. A splitter from the Cyan Fang animation comes out, and now comes down to Spider, making sure he can go for the blue focus and forcing the long yell, and that's exactly that play that we would expect to make sure that he can try to force out an ultimate from this character alone.
Even towards that here, let's see if Frosty's still trying to hold strong here. And even with the amount of diving he's been doing here, he's still trying to find a safe space here to maybe pop it open the shield here, but it's not looking good for him here. Oh, beautiful parry on a T225. And instead of actually focusing on it, he just keeps moving. He keeps moving towards this. He's going to lose out on his ulti here, unfortunately. Putting some works on the Spider here, but they're not going to give him a chance really to breathe here. So many hits coming through here, as it looks like we're going to also see the arrows coming through through here as well. Here, not looking the greatest here. CDY comes through and actually successfully completes the elimination here towards this. As now we're down to our final four. T225, Spider, CDY, and Chuz. Chuz really getting the most eliminations out of what he can here. Oh, and he finds the gold shield swap. Spider's able to find maybe a space for him to maybe get out of this here, but now he's going to get bullied outside of this stuff. Not looking good for him. He's going to try to close in this gap, and then he still has time. Ladies and gentlemen, he gets back into this game with that full shield. Oh, is able to get a nice little bit of a tiger strike off this here. Says see you later. It looks like he still has a free chance to do what he needs to here right before he gets hit here. T225 ends up getting caught with a stun. Akos able to do so much here. Spider has officially locked in, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all better run. Y'all better hide.
You know, one thing too is that he knew that Rupture Gale was going to come out for the burn, so that's why the main target was going to be coming out from T25. Potentially there's this uppercut and into the zone, forcing T25 look for a scare rush here, goes straight towards the center. Obviously, once it comes down towards this, Scare Rush comes through. Spider, Scare Rushes. Make sure you can try to look to see about where everyone is vicinity-wise. He's only got one vitality in his pocket now. So this is going to be where things comes out. He gets supplies from the body of a player. Now the remains that didn't get looted up from anyone else, it's unfortunate because now Spider has the supplies to end this game circle out for the next 2 minutes, and having vitality in case it gets pushed out because of the internal slope that this comes out from. Being able to pick up that Rupture Gale Orb is kind of a huge pickup for him especially, but for Spider right now it's just going to be playing space, but he's just trying to force out this Justina, you know, and the Justina looking at him a little bit kind of funny, you know, down the aisle. So now he's got to make sure that he keeps an eye on her and tries to force something out, especially that ultimate. Syra though on the mix from T25 is now forced out. This is best case scenario right now, taking out one of the biggest threats in terms of shielding and CC control. And now for T225, all he had to do is just look towards Justina to popple, and that's exactly the best case scenario for any of the other players into the game. Now CDY is going to see and just chime in the tree, but with Chisheng into the sky, he's just trying to keep himself afloat. T225 is going to lose his ultimate in midair. No one's going to go ahead and capitalize on a grapple stagger. And then for T225, it's going to have to corner off into this extra, you know, to the zone. But like I said, dual blades, octo blade. If Spider wanted to, he can just use it to try to mitigate any sort of pressure. There's going to be the F1 combo breaker. That Rupture Gale burn is coming out, and that's going to be the kill coming out from CDY as he yoinks, and he's at 4 eliminations. Tied in here with Chisheng, and as the kill leader of the lobby.
Kill leader of the lobby. Actually, he's not the kill leader, knowing that he's still tied up here. He's still got another player here who's also tied up with those 4 eliminations here. So it looks like it's going to get real hasty to see who's really going to take it. And it looks like it could be both of them here deciding it out in a 1v1 here. This is what I would love to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see CDY and Chuz like fight this out here, although Spider is not going out without a fight here. He wants to settle the score. He wants to get some of these dubs he's been meaning to get. He's been meaning to close out this gap here little by little here. CDY is not going to give him any more free space as well towards this as he pops open, does a nice bit of surprise here with that blue LMB right towards it. As he's able to fast forward right towards the inside here. Let's see if he can keep the same momentum. Spider able to pop him with the beautiful parry, and just like that, he's sending CDY out of harm's way here. Spider just absolutely gatekeeping the circle here, and this is probably one of the easiest circles I think Spider's ever been able to do.
I was about to say, man, I was like, yo, this worked out exactly in his favor. Everything, especially knowledge of what he had available to him, the spacing.
It's going to be interesting to see how that goes once we start to lock this in for this game here. As we're about to get ready to lock in for our game number 4. Expect to see it's going to be very, very good for a lot of this, so let's see if they can make it happen.
DT25 though, Sentient Form, starting off, Common Dagger, no armor, feels bad. But DT25 still looks to try to kite around and try to find as many troves as possible as Aisha was looking to try to lock this one down. Over by the Ancient Stockade, PXT and Dark DRJ Fong gonna be looking for a fight here. Blue Focus, Kylan gets a parry from Fong. He's gonna go for R&B Spear, as most damage as possible. It's Kylan on Kylan violence. Actually kind of funny, but PXT has to worry about whether or not he should be holding that blue, and he will to try to disengage. Now for Spider, he decides to go straight towards PXT, who finds a miraculous armor swap of 100%, you know, filled out blue rarity. So now Spider has to just go play, you know, between both of these players, between both of these Kylan specifically in the sense, and just try to get something up upon them. Burns out the combo breaker. PXT might be caught by LMB, finds neutral, goes for 1-2, knows the combo breaker is still up for Spider. Spider is not yet determined on using it just because he still has a lot of HP to work with the armor. He doesn't want to give Kylan another opportunity with the long sword and catching a stack with the R&B. The Scare Rush comes in and pace, takes himself here, burns the combo breaker. Now it's between both of these guys to look towards this Lonnie, who is now without a combo breaker for the next 10 seconds.
Maybe they can keep that one going as well here. Spider trying to see if he can maneuver this around here, as it looks like PXT trying to see if he can keep going towards Spider, but Fung wants to be right behind him here. possibly to start some issues, but not enough as PXT absolutely destroys him as well with that insane strike coming through here. That's a very dangerous person here, especially in this area. You got to be careful here. He's going to try to dice in a little bit harder and a little bit faster towards this here. You got to be careful with a player like Aizen, man. He's going to hit hard. And he's going to hit, especially with that Raiders touch. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. He's going to strike hard. He's going to strike fast. And he's absolutely going to deplete all of his shield as much as possible here. Now that he's tied to the tree, though, nice little bits of healing. He's going to keep the game alive a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Spider is just going to glide through here. But it looks like T225 just got eliminated by Shu on the feed. I just happened to see that here as we were continuing to maneuver through here. Look at Spider being able to be plugged up to the tree here while still being able to use the flow technique towards this with the new character here. Absolutely really cool, though, obviously. Oh my goodness, ends up finding PXT towards the bottom. Beautiful retreat towards the parry, but sadly wasn't able to complete the kill here. And he might actually get lucky enough to get away, possibly. Oh, never mind.
Nice.
He's going to get real close. Nice strike. Gets that with a nice little pull out for the cannon. Gets the finish here. Oh, wow. Nice hit towards this with Long. He's going to continue this here. Can Spider complete the two-piece? He was able to capture him with this, but now he's capturing him on the outskirts here with Kylin. And you know, Kylin, a very dangerous person in terms of when you're in the midst of fighting here, that blue becomes all of the aura that ends up coming all the way around, and Spider has nowhere to go, gets thrown out, and Fung catching that elimination as well here, getting himself a little bit higher and getting himself almost out of harm's way for the elimination.
It was actually incredible from Fong to just go ahead and spam out, even burning his Keelan guard out of that ultimate. The safety net that gives Kylan's the most impressive part about his case is just not being able to consume any sort of his HP or losing HP for that matter. We're switching over to Arcadia where XY from Team ASC has to burn ult. He got front pressure between both Star from FPX and Frostbus from Team BBE. To mulch play for Frostbus, he is earning himself for using V3 for the ultimate. And something mentioned earlier is that Spider is using V1 for that Lonnie ultimate, so that's something to keep you guys in engagement about like V2 V1. Now for GG Shaw over by the Mercury on top of the Mercury River south of the ancient Sackhead. You can see Chishang with that purple dagger against a purple fan from GG Shaw. This is going to be a huge play here for the ultimate preemptive. There is the Sire ultimate and Chishang will keep it going, but there's going to be orb. It's going to capture. It may not do as much damage to his direct health bar, but it will space time out. And for Spider, he is in the midst of this, takes a full blue vertical focus. He takes one other one, and now Chishang is still focusing Shaw. You know Shaw's like, bro, look at that target over there. That's a low health target, but it doesn't matter. Chishang will still look towards that, and Spider gonna be on the upkeep on the outskirts, just making sure he can reset his armor and looking potentially for a yoink onto GG Shaw, because at the end of the day, he knows that both of these ultimates are down to both of these opponents, and that in the case scenario is that he could just go in and try to chip out. GG Shaw still has his kiting potential here, gets caught with the jump LMB as GG Shaw makes sure he can go through a clink against Spider for Chishang, and for Team Bowden making sure he can cheat about GG Shaw's demise here with one hit off of the pistol shot or even just for a clink. And looking into Imperium, this is going to be where if they get a kill here, they can start building up that, the space to get into the Emperor's room and getting that right longsword, which we've seen very few to far times in the NBPL scene.
See if they can figure that out here. With everything else, they're trying to figure that out towards the momentum. Still able to work through certain areas here, but let's see with Azal, T225 fighting this out. Pops the stun a little bit too far here. As Azal's going to follow this up here. It hits him with the bow, at least on one of the kills locations. Isn't able to really track too much here. This is going to be a nice little chase here so far with everything else, and it looks like the Moonbane charms are being used by everybody here. We're going to get 3 Moonbane spaces here in a second. Got to get real hasty here. The gods are getting called on 3 times. He's getting annoyed. He's going to start hanging up on people.
And one Moonbane gets casted out, most likely to protect the Romy Yang circle. We've seen it actually from OA's Edward into day 1, which was kind of the setup for just making sure you can confirm there's only 2 Moonbanes to be usable. After that, the game says, all right, we're just going to RNG this one. And for this play here for Star, we saw this from Verse, but for Star to do it, this is funny. Actually, no, I'm not mistaken. Star did this in the round 1 too. He went for the full Bind's Essence, and he's going for it again. He needs all he can get in terms of survivability, and this is a big jade in the game, especially considering that if your opponent thinks that they're going to have you in death's door, that 1,000 heal proc, that 40% mitigation for 5 seconds, like you just have an opportunity to back out if you really desire yourself to do it, or you can take the fight in their fates. Now for Frostbus, oh my goodness, don't tell me we see a chance here for the Shael to delete a Temi, but this is going to be the play right here. Shield throw comes out, Frostbus takes the first hit, double RMB, catches, oh my goodness, into the meteor shield throw, 1 RMB, another shield block. That means it's going to be a free throw right here. Frostmas catches the tap dodge, goes for extension, sees the F1. There's another shield throw potentially in his back of his head, but Frostmas is too worried about it. But the zone is going to say otherwise. And with Frostmas at 1 HP, it looks to be a tied position between both of them. And for Star, he's just going to go straight towards the Sword Tomb because right now, Roman Yang #1 goes in effect, and we don't even know what Frostmas is. I saw him over by Heaven's Watch. Might see that fight later on.
It's not you pointing in that direction. I saw him. He was over there.
He's over there.
He went that way. Heaven saying finish towards this, so a CDY is going to be able to pop this open here. Let's see if maybe they can conjure up something, because they're going to take their time here. Not really going to fall through too much. Oh, nice little bits of strikes here to try to see if they can find something here. As Food ends up getting just a nice little bit of invisibility. Just to try to back off this for a second here. He does get destroyed, though, by those dual halberds. Trying to see if he can take it. But the dagger, though, able to get some nice strikes. So actually takes him to a space where he wasn't actually prepared for it here. And now he's on the defense. Now he's trying to see if he can get away. Doesn't want to get caught up too fast here. That dagger, no matter what, that thing is still fast. Even towards the amount of momentum here, CDY is just trying to stall this for as long as possible here while trying to see if he can find a free space to pop the shield, but not able to do enough here. Ooh, ends up catching him here. A nice little fit of hits. Here comes the pop, though, from the ulti. Is he going to take his time? Trying to see if maybe they can dive in. Tammy, trying to see if he can hold strong here. Oh, going to get some nice hits here off this. I'm going back into the ball here for the protection. Ends up catching shoes, and it doesn't end up doing enough here as the dagger is able to do so much damage here. He's able to counteract this so much. And on top of this here, he's able to read him really well here. The question is, can he read him as successfully enough to get this elimination inside of the realm of Yang here? But he ends up catching the parry. Not looking good for him here. This could be the finish he's been wanting to get towards this shoes, trying to slow down the gap here as he ends up coming back right towards the same spawn here. 15 seconds left on the clock. Somebody's got to get eliminated, or both of y'all are going to have to get swallowed. Pause
on that, and we're gonna see a horizontal, bro.
You know, it's tough. Anyway,
pain, sorrow, grief. You know the situation, yo. It's not gonna happen for anyone's benefit. It's two situations where two players eliminate each other, you know. But in this case, no one gets a kill for the Roman Yang, and it's gonna be a loss between the both of them. So, with that being said, on the other Roman Yangs, we are seeing Wolves and YZG actually pick up their buffs. Actually, with PXT actually having this Verms later on, it's gonna be a time deficiency for the other players if they realize if it's still in effect for X amount of minutes or seconds. GG Shaw, though, gets spotted out here for TT25. TT25 with the gold longsword in play, making sure he can go towards GG Shaw. Now, of course, Jump LMB, there's the engraving. Going to be the RMB, Jump LMB, burning the combo breaker. Now, PXT with the fist plays on gold rarity as the other Liam, or with the Kylan, I should say, and the ultimate in effect is gold focus. He's going to look towards GG Shaw and trying to see about what's going to happen with this Liam. There is going to be the first half dodge. There's going to be only one more cast here, and there are a lot of plaques to work with GG Shaw here, but he's going to get deleted. It gets caught. He's going to throw him at the plaque, most likely. There it is. Oh, he gets hit. Still going to be at 4 seconds of that immunity with the killing guard, so after this stun duration is over, he can go ahead for a slash, but there's the connection TT5 was looking for, reverse with the bow shot to kill steal off that end. Now for Fong, he's going to be backing off. He's the only other Kylan into the lobby with his ultimate still on the standby, but for GG Shaw, TT5's game to look for him and hunt him down with these leaps now around over towards the Hall of Military. This is going to be where TT5 finds a leap, confirms it. Chip damage could be coming from someone else. Remember, engraving is in his pocket. If he wants to go for a jump RMB, he could. He does not go for it. Instead, he gets mitigation. 1, 2, 3 piece does not come through with the fist plays, but for TT25, he's still healthy as an ox.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Anyway, able to put that down here. Nice little bit of a strike here, just trying to see if maybe they can find some way, as all three of them are going to be inside of this here, as it looks like GG Shaw does get eliminated by Chuz here. Chuz gets a free elimination towards this at the very section here, as everybody else starts to scatter in on this. T225 ends up getting absolutely deployed by Fung, and now it's not looking good for him here, as he's going to try to see if maybe he can escape, but he ends up getting caught by 3 different people. The stun coming in from Azal couldn't have been any better, but it's not going to be even greater though, but he does have the Vermilion's Birth Might, so it's quite all right here. Chuz pops the ulti here, and now everyone starts to scatter. Azal doesn't want anything to do with that light source going straight to the eyes and blinding you. Don't want to get caught out here trying to be like, my glasses. My glasses. Where's my glasses?
Anyone have a microfiber cloth?
I can't run. All right, Asia puts himself the scare rush up here. Kylan Guard comes out. Actually, for the instance that he does double proc, he could just throw shield number 1, but he won't be able to shield throw number 2. Doesn't matter. Ultimate ends anyways. And look at the flank coming out. The Keelan Mirage doesn't come out to hit a stacker on Asia, but we still have a plaque around here, folks. That plaque is still available. I don't know where ASC's XY is going to be doing work with anything with his ultimate if he decides to do it at any point, but he is at 40% for his rage bar. A-Shard gets front and face value with Verse, who is at 65% for his ultimate right now. So for A-Shard, nice armor swap, friend. And looking for an R&B Blue Focus. This is that Tempest game of Blue Focus hold checks. If it comes into play, he chases him down while he looks for a range shot. Hold Blue Focus again, baits it. LMB's the army. 1, 2, 3, re-release those. A-Shard looks for himself into a grapple stacker. 1 minute on the clock for that Rummy Yang depletion. Switches to Nutties to go ahead and reposition in midair and goes ahead. Almost gets caught by that Salt Smolder, but Fong is going to get the F1 to the face. A pair like that from A-Shard gets him a full benefit of damage against Spider. Spider looking for the bow shot. He connects it, but of course A-Shao still keeps his movement going using one of the worst scare rushable weapons in the game, and he's making it look easy, but the blue focus from the backline from Spider comes out. 3 eliminations on the board. Sobel is not going to be picked up, and it looks like Burst is going for a scare rush once his Lonnie comes out, and instead goes straight towards Shang, one of the only Syras. The Rummy Yang is available right now for Rummy Yang number 2 for the Yang pass. If anyone's there right now, they're holding on to it, but it looks like most of the players are all confined over the Hollow Military. Over by the Imperial camp, though, T25 is holding on for a steadiness as XY is going to hold this Yang pass down.
He's gonna hold it for how long, though? That's a stupid question. No. And he gets it. I know he gets in there. He says, "See you later, buddy." Said, "Yeah, that was cool. Anyway, I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one. You have fun figuring out what you got to do for all the other stuff that has nothing to do with me." Anyway, back towards the top of the order here as one of them ends up going airborne. Let's see what happens here as he gets some decent strikes off the beginning. Looks like PXT trying to see if he can time it. Nice stun coming through from T225 here. Is able to catch a decent blue LMB combo here towards this, trying to see if he can collect it with the longsword here, but he absolutely ends up destroying him. PXT been dangerously low, goes through for the stun really quickly here, and now Kylan is now on the defense. He has to get out of here dangerously. Just can't be able to conjure up through this here, and now here comes the ulti. Trying to see if he can find a decent bit of colliding here, but PXT struggling to try to find exactly what he needs here, and now here comes the Tiger. Really able to come through here and clutch it all the way, but it looks like both of them are going to go for a slight reset, which would be really helpful for the both of them. Nice stun to be able to connect as well. It looks like he's going to go for it. Oh, Tiger almost connects, but not fully here. I'm curious what happened with that where he wasn't able to here. I wish we could see a replay on that one.
Got a chance under the B2 and then F1 immediately, but I think one thing comes out from XY is that he actually tap dodged through the pillar. That's how he was able to avoid it. The thing that comes out here is that XY, these gamers, man, gamers united. Listen, XY has himself to the 1-2s, no 3s coming up from Star, but the uppercut's confirmed and the LMB as well. XY comes out with a loss, but Star finds himself the win. He has gold armor, gold weapon to be picked up, finds a thunderstorm, has a gold fan, as well as a quick charge thunder call. So that's a good Jade to have, especially not just for the mitigation, just for the fact that with getting quick charge as a thunder call, something he just poke out for those shots. And we saw that from Burst, right? Even with the bow and the confirmation kill, that shot that he did against PXT earlier. So with that being said, with players on the board, we still have our chances of seeing XY outside of Rummy Yang, have Liam on standby. Now, this area is more about in the wooded side of the map. There's a lot more terrain differences. So if there's a potential for him to find usage for his ultimate to kill somebody, it's usually the space out, or even to just throw him out in terms of the the range of the zone. But Ballista's in the check zone of this area, so that's a high ground position that he can use, especially for kill shots, and try to rush it down as soon as possible. It's up to him to say. Sword Tomb, 3 opponents, TT5, Battle Shang, as well as BBE's Frostbus on the standby.
Frostbus definitely. Is he on standby or is he on hang by? I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's really standing currently here. C225 is trying to catch him inside of this corner here. It looks like he's able to. The stun is able to do just enough for Chose to be able to back off this. Question is will he have the opportunity just to be able to glide back a little bit more here? But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to do that as Chose is just trying to close in this little by little here. It looks like Frostbus is no longer hanging anymore. He wants to hang with the rest of the guys. It looks like now he's going to pop over the ulti here, and just like that, everyone starts to scatter. Definitely do not want to get caught by anybody else here on this. Does nobody realize that he's... Oh, he's on a cannon. I didn't even realize that. I was like, is he just standing there? Am I crazy?
Yeah, shout out to the soaring arms. Truly one of the greatest mechanics to come through in Padoria. TBH. You can just yoink yourself across the map. So if anything, and it's the only problem I have is that it's only like in Imperium and some outskirts over by the Bandit Yard. Other than that, though, I like to see more of those, especially in more Silent Hollow. That would be sick. But 1, 2, 3's come out. Spider with the Silent Fang with the splitter animation for the dual blades. So gonna see a 1-2. Doesn't get the stagger off the Star in midair. So now, is it going to be LMB uppercut situation? Yes, it will. If 2 Star can catch it, he can probably catch another F1 usage from Spider just to make sure he can know that Combo Breaker is fully aware and down. But Fong is also keeping notes about this. There it is. Combo Breaker is mentioned. Everyone's going to be looking at him in his direction over in the Imperial camp. Spider now has a lot of areas to just scare rush, especially quickly with the dual blades. Holds blue focus here in the corner. All the players are around here under 3 minutes right now between XY and PXT for that Rummy Yang depletion to get rid of it. And then we're going to see a fight, though. Frostbite up against PXT in the matter of the instance. And this is a slope right now. Frostbite V3 F1 for the Tumulch. PXT V2 F1 for the Kylan. 1-2s, holds a 3, gets caught by the blue focus 1.0. PXT gets his F1 out here. Let's look and see whether our Frostbite hold checks this. F1 usage, no uppercut from PXT. He looks to throw an ultimate right here for the throw and the whisk. He gets caught. Can Frostbite throw another one? No, he won't be able to. Wait, he connects it. Wait a second. We're not going to let that one happen, PXT. All right, thank you. He's going to be going ahead and spacing out here, but for Frostbite, he's going to use this as a spacing tool, but TXT still has 10 seconds left on his ult, still has 2 slashes that won't consume HP, so that way once he catches up with Frostbite, which it may not be the case, but he at least has his opportunity of just using the slash to close his distance. Instead, we'll go for a reset with 90 seconds left on this Rummy Yang depletion.
If he can take advantage of it, in terms of what he can do inside of this realm of Yang. Definitely you're still with a decent rotation here. Let's see if they can keep that momentum happening here overall. And it looks like Yuan is in the middle of a fight with Wolves, as it looks like another player might come through with the nice little bit of a wall scale rush towards one of them. Almost was able to capture a combo here, but sadly wasn't able to take advantage of it here, knowing the amount of people that's around. Yuan trying to see if he can get some shield off. He was able to. Here's PXT is going to be able to capture him with the juggle. Nice little kick off that here as well. Oh, Verus comes through with a little bit of surprise, but the stun is able to get them both back here. Both going to take their time here. Oh my goodness. How did Yuan just get deleted like that? Somebody got hit with a bow, but then after that, the combos just absolutely finished him at the same time.
And you know, it just comes out. You said LMG earlier. I was like, yo, there's a reference right there. Boom, from the rounds. But if anything comes out, that arrow did not get the kill confirmation. G25 dropping the purple bow, using the purple pistol instead, having the loot to go through. Let's look at the replay. Yeah. Spider, yikers. One LMB to the next, decides to avoid it. F1 has its usage still here, but he looks to hold blue focus. Finds it. Might be an extension here against XY. No, just pushes him away as we've seen. The bow shot confirms number 1. Gets caught by the scare rush. Spider makes sure he can try to space out with another scare rush. He gets caught by another bow shot. There's going to be a chance here for Spider to get 1 tap here, 1 stagger. That's all he needed with the ultimate cast. Even with the ultimate mitigation with V1, it's just a sitting duck for XY to hit that hit. And that's going to be where V1, V2 conversation comes in point. I mean, if you're low and you're using it defensively, if anyone has a ranged weapon on a standby, there is no way to get out unless she's immediately using the F2. And even then, the frame that she activates the ultimate, she can still get caught out by a stray range shot for the kill confirmation.
I mean, it does depend, though. But yeah, I do get the fact that, like, even in those situations here, if you have that F2, it's definitely not going to be probably the best advantage for you in many different situations here. Meanwhile, Star being a little patient. Same thing with T225 and PXT. What are your expectations coming into this game right here, game number 4? Right now, PXT is looking really good. I think Fong is looking really good. This could, I mean, I would say this could be anybody's game, but I'm gonna be honest, my money is definitely on PXT currently with this game, or Fong. I did say Fong in the earlier bits.
Yeah, I'll say Star too. I mean, he is Octa Slash Blade. He just got caught with the Clink there, parry from PXT. They can pick up the gold weapon, but Star also has Vulpine's Essence here. If he plays himself safety netted across the field, he just hold himself away from not being able to proc that Jade out, and then he can just play the mitigation straight up as a Shayo. We haven't been seeing a lot of successful play here for Kylan's on 2 kill eliminations for PXT, but 1-2, there it is. And immediately ult activation at the below the threshold for Keelan Guard, and it's already expended, so he is not having a good time in terms of expending this. He also has the opportunity of pairing blue focuses and getting a level 2 strike for free, but nothing's going to come close to what the players are going to allow for in their Star with elimination, as I was calling him out in terms of coming through and be one of the key players to make it to endgame circle, finds a +1, has 3 eliminations, and looting up the body as we speak. And he's going to be going ahead, spacing up with the White Tiger's prowess from that Spear Well, forcing out the Tuna proc that was left out from behind, and that Tuna is going to do wonders, especially for that 15 heal armor proc every few seconds, or every second or so. And that's just, now he's even more sustained before, right? Not only does he have Vulpine Essence, not only is he a Shaiol, right? But he has White Tiger's prowess, and he has Tuna right now, proccing in the sightlines. Mana is getting 40 heal per second. So if he takes a fight between anybody, he's going to make it count.
Make it count, make it count, make it count inside of this space here, knowing that we have a three-way tie here in terms of eliminations. We got Verse, Star, and Chudge. The 3 eliminations to their name overall here, so it's gonna be a good setup for a lot of different ways. He's got a stacked little bit of everything. Purples, Verse has got a decent set of purple shield. That was such a random drive-by. That was so random.
Yeah, we're gonna see an Aurora Burst and a Blistering Edge picked up for TT25. For previous reverse, he actually on a Justina has Martial Art Willform Hook, has a Sap Jade on a standby as well with an engraving. Doesn't have a longsword, but that Sap Jade will do works here if he sees a Wild Haymaker Blue and he drops right in for it. And using it as a Justina too, with Martial Art Willform Hook, that's sustained. If he catches that hit, he's able to proc it off. He'll be able to get a little bit of healing back. As for Fong, Starfalls, Quick Charge Thunder Call, Salt Smolder, Engraving, an Alchemy, has 2 long swords, has a lot of daggers and short-handed weapons on the book, but he gets spotted out. Prosperous wants to take full priority listing here. Chase down comes out here, Dobby, and I don't know whether or not Fong is going to be the only Kylan to go out here in just this moment.
See if they can take that advantage for something here. Overall, Fong just deep in the corner here and doesn't really want to engage too much here. He's down towards the bottom, so he wants to try to see if he can last, maybe get some extra points out of it as well. Even though he's down on the chopping block here, game number 4, he still has 2 games left here. Really try to see if he can make something happen. But if he's going to start to really make some momentum, really shift here, he's going to have to do it in this game, or at least in the next game, potentially. Frost is going to go, and he's going to take a nice little bit of some praying. Pop open a heal. Build up on that aura that everybody wants to have on social media. The real aura is here in this game, though.
Man. I plead the 5th. I'm not going to say it. I'm pleading the 5th.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Go ahead.
We're not going to say it.
Say it.
We're over across the world. Anyway, good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're out here for the NARAKA Bladepoint. He's giving aura, as Dobby has just said. Real. As DRG Fong is in the corner, he is not giving aura. Platonically, he is in the corner. With everything with his ultimate being on standby, this is really a placement angle for him. And TT25 holding his spot, Aurora Burst, like we mentioned from earlier, that's something that Jay that he can just hold the corner off, and we've seen this before and time again. And Verse as well, playing Justina. Target prize selection, survive. That's the only thing coming out here. If one person wants to get caught out here, they would have been already next to somebody and just starting, some actions here. The Star and Chishang are definitely one of those. But Star is smart enough to not to take this as much as possible. Even though he has mitigation to come out here for the Tuna, he's going to try to go with the pellet shots against Chishang because that's the Syra. No one likes the Syra in the endgame circle. They want to go for her, try to make sure they can space out. Star forces her out in the open for anyone else to try to look for some point. There's going to be Fong, and remember, look, boom, Star, out, boom. Not even a trouble. And that's going to force Shang to try to go for it. He's like, no, you ain't going out anywhere. But then that's it. Shang is now in full view of the whole lobby, and everyone sees his Syra and decides to take any shots they can against her. Even Fong saw that coming through and making sure he was one of the first ones to allow that. And now out of his spotlight, he's just burning down resources for a Syra in the game, which is big. But this is the individual lobby. There is no one playing the same character of another. Everyone is on their own. It is just onto the cycle of how these guys are coming off on each other.
Now let's see if they can take advantage of it too overall, especially with the amount of spacing that it really has so far here, knowing that, in the next circle here, there's not going to be enough space and there's still a lot of players left. There's not enough room for everybody. Somebody's got to go. Meanwhile, Fong getting sniped out of here with some bow shots. It's actually connecting. It looks like they're all keeping an eye out on Fong here, who's still down below. As Chuz is in a fight with him, sends him on the outskirts of the circle. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that circle actually clears him. He pops the ulti here. He's going to have to make some magic happen here if he's going to have to do something here. He forces a little bit of some snipe hits here. He causes the circle to create some momentum for everyone else here. Now everyone starts to scatter. He's causing some problems. My goodness, he's putting in the work on Chuz. He wants to give him at least a little bit of something here towards the very end of the circle. And just like that, Frost instills the elimination. Beautiful parry in between that here throughout all of the chaoticness. Fung trying to disrupt the lobby, and ladies and gentlemen, he does just that. Everybody was trying to keep a little bit of civility, but I take it back as Frost was able to get a second elimination into this game. Yo, this is huge for Frosty here. That was insane.
Yeah, the yoinks in the parry in between, Star actually getting caught and surprised by it. 4 kills for Frostbus, though. He's throwing his whiz, and he didn't even have to use ultimate here. He's just chilling out. He's got himself to keep a heal off here. No one's going to disrupt it. He still has his F1 coming back up, having to repair the bow. This is going to be coming out to the last 45 seconds, folks. This Burst has himself with the ultimate still to be ready for the Justina, has jabbing, has the, he's just spinning around here and there. He also has Halberd, so this could be a play right then and there for just smacking somebody out into the zone. For this, though, TT25 with the Blistering Edge into the Akko's play could also push someone out in the zone with him alongside them, but he still gets a little bit of healing with it for the pounces, but his F1 will be in play there. There it is. Frostus uses F as a result of it. Knockback for the pounce. For the ultimate cast in midair, looks for a knockback. Doesn't happen. The Tumult Circle might be the best play in a moment right now because Frostbus has this in the bag. The Shio ultimate's out as well, but the staggers into the zone, gets V2'd out by it, and looks like the health bar in the position of Frostbus benefit. Wait a sec, he might be the last one to survive here. Everyone's taking all these hits. Frostbus gets caught into a surprise hold with that full pines, but it doesn't matter, and he comes out with the lead with the MVP for Team BBE. First one for this season. He signs out here. All love and glory.
What a beautiful finish by Frosty. Feeling it, and it really does. It was able to inside of the red desert inside of our game number 5 for Holoroth.
Yeah, we're starting off here with the Ignis Mountain location. CDY being able to find himself a purple jade, having himself with a spear, having a fan is going to be a good setup. But A Shao's on to the west side. DRG Fong also in the vicinity. Imperial Village though by the Europe. We're going to see GG Shaw getting melted for his armor, but TT5 purple halberds having no armor here, burning his combo breaker gives GG Shaw a little bit of a grapple stagger. That's huge with the nunchucks. Goes for the jump LMB attempts with one RMB to stagger him. TT5 backs off, breaks away with his ankles with the scare rushes. No grapple stagger from that from GG Shaw. So this could be potential for reset right now for Shaw, at least in this moment. But he knows that TT5 has no reset angle unless he finds any sort of troves that open up or an armor to be picked up, which has been the case with that common rarity. So that's another 600 armor that has to be burned through for Shaw. And losing track of Jillian TT5, he's not letting up. He finds him, he hunts him down, but Frostbus is on the vicinity. Ult is ready. Fireflies haven't been picked up. So now he's on to this come up and trying to find a 2-piece.
Maybe trying to find a 2-piece might be a little harder, though, knowing that GG Shaw is able to at least get out of that. GG Shaw is able to backtrack towards this, trying to see if he can keep it alive here as he's able to pop the Justina ulti here. Let's see if he's going to use it to his advantage here. Gets the freeze. Yes, he does. Now looking good for Shaw here as he was able to pop his F just so he can be able to get out of here, but not in the nick of time here. Oh, catches him with the ultimate here from the blue focus, but sadly wasn't able to complete that. It looks like he's still going to be able to work towards this one here, towards it. See if he can keep that same momentum. GG Shaw just being effortlessly close, but just not enough here. Oh, beautiful parry onto him as well here. Able to read that super well here. Beautiful cancel off that. Just trying to get away from that. Wow, ends up getting the parry off of him as well here. Now he has to be able to pop the ulti here. Causes a little bit of some problems here on both sides. Throws the ball as much as possible here. Trying to see if maybe he can conjure up a nice little bit of some deletion on both sides here. Both of them dangerously low, but it's not going to be enough as he does go out, and T225 gets a beautiful double.
Impeccable. Sensational. You know, cheesecake. I love cheesecake. Listen, TT25 TT25 was at a ringer of death with no armor, had purple dual blades, and then throughout our dual halberds. And throughout the time of that chase down in the Europe, Frostbus shows up. Ultimates were still being stacked up. And in which case, Frostbus was able to take full advantage of that. GG Shaw was quick with his nunchucks, making sure he can, throw it off and blow it out. And I know that Frostbus is looking for that freeze and got it off, but that moment that Lania gameplay was being showcased by GG Shaw, it was great. I loved it. Thing is, T25 having the vicinity of being fully healthy and ready to go, is able to get a pick 2-piece. As I called it earlier, 2 kills were picked up, but this was going to be the case for YDG. Now, Fong goes down here. Battle Chusheng was keeping up the pressure onto that side. Now, Falcon's perch. Chusheng is in the position of just holding blue focuses. Scarrush is good. LMB uppercut. He knows the F1's going to be burned out. Gets a nice armor swap as he rebounds back into the building. No one's going up the stairwell just yet, but Chusheng will use the Scarrush opportunity here to break off. Looking to go again into the second floor. Cuts away across the way and looks toward the linear position and maybe looking for an armor. There's a potential to scale into Plume Castle, and he will find the A-Shout in the vicinity over here into the centermost mass near the underground. That's where Chusheng will look to try to break off from this side as the chase is still on from PXD out of Team Wolves.
Still able to run around towards it here, trying to see if maybe they can keep the same effort up effortlessly over this here. Nice little bits of strikes, trying to see if he can capture it, but he is able to capture a beautiful combo. Spider able to do so much damage here. Able to get a nice shot off with the musket, trying to see if maybe he can conjure it up just a little bit harder here. He ends up going for a nice little switch with the F key, trying to see if he can move it towards it. Question is, can he successfully get the strike off the end here? But it looks like he's not able to here. Star is able to pop open not only the shield, but also gets the ulti overall. Spider decides to back off, just realizes it's probably not worth it. Unless, of course, he's waiting for it to deplete as he does here with the amount of time here. Now he has no way of really being able to capture the finish here. And it looks like he's going to be able to commit to the fight here overall. Trying to see if he can capture it with it. Goes for the grapple. Trying to see if he can close in on it. Waits for the cancellation. Holds for the blue. Trying to see if maybe they can feed towards it. Not going to be able to do enough. Stun doesn't connect as well. Star just trying to see if he can get out of harm's way here. But Spider is just keeping the momentum. It takes one parry. It takes one finish. And he's able to do just that.
Yeah, taking out himself with the victory at the Salvation Podium and then picking up a +1 right there, meaning that he has his gold Hong Sword just to make it happen through the Romyang. And it was a great ultimate from both sides, especially Spider using it to try to attempt to lock in that Syra. But since it's rain, like I said, once he was at a downward slope, a little bit more time, and Syra was going to still have a chance of popping that ult. But regardless, Romyang depletion, or not Romyang depletion, but once you enter Romyang, you get 100% refill in your rage bar. So we'll have to see whether or not Syra will come back for the run back. But for Spider, +1, chilling out here. XY to Mulch, he's by himself over by the Ballista Tower northwest of the quarry. But for XY right now, blue staff, blue armor, 46 ratio for his health, for his healing berries, his armor powder rate, and he's not gonna have a problem, at least until if someone decides to want to run up on his, on his circle and then try to take the Yang completion to collect, or rather the Yang pass for himself. But switching out over to Aishao here against Spider. Spider throws a whisk throw. Aishao gets caught. What? Burns his F2 as a result, and now there's a chance here. He had purple armor, now he has no armor, and now gives Spider more reason to take this chase because of how low this Justina is right now.
Absolutely low, not looking good for him as he's able to capture him inside the corner here. Got to be a little careful here towards this, trying to see if maybe he can complete it off of another section here. Trying to take his time. Don't actually know if he's going to be able to complete this overall here, as Azael is going to be able to get out of this.
Nice.
Spider's able to connect towards this as well here. He is trying to see if he can complete this overall. He is going to try to see if he can conjure it up. Gets closer and closer towards this next player here. Azael just trying to see if he can get out of this. He doesn't want no smoke whatsoever here. But sadly, the others beg to differ. It looks like they're going to try to see if they can catch him here. But Azael just keeps maneuvering away, making it harder for them to actually clutch up.
So it's an anticipation game now, especially with the gale, the whisk, the gusting winds in this area where the increased grapple distance, scare rush is now Gecko foot effect, and for Aishao, he is just mitigating. He goes for the armor swap, he double backs for it, but he finds spacing. He might actually go for the double jump. Nope, not gonna go for it. Spider though sees his purple armor. He wants to defend it with his life because he knows Star's gonna look for this. Runback comes out here. Whisk throw doesn't connect, but it will be a chance for Spider to get one armor heal. And I see the Romyang gate goes through Rise of GT25 up against XY, with SS1 up against DRG, and with WBG up against Bowder. We're going to take a look and see about Fong versus CDY, though. And the Matari ultimate, this is what I was mentioning about Matari in terms of the Romyang. We're going to take a look and see how she operates against a Liam, especially with Fong with a blue dagger. It's going to be a chance for the lockdown if he can get to one LMB into burning the combo breaker into an F2. Ooh, it might be the chance, but there's going to be CDY waiting it out. There's a soul break coming out, burns the combo breaker. Now it's up to the decision making between both these players where the ultimates come out to lie.
See if they can make it work for a bunch of different avenues and angles. Being able to work towards a lot of different things more than anything overall here, but hey, still can work towards it. Let's see if maybe there's an opportunity in terms of what makes sense. The more you can try, the better off it becomes. And here comes CDY just juggling off of it. Oh, bro. My goodness. No, walking him like a dog. What? Walking him like a dog.
No way.
I called him my K9. Oh!
The upset.
And then Fong. See, that's what happens when you get a little bit too cocky. Meanwhile, Verse, able to fight this out, able to do an absolute decent little juggle, and just like that, is able to get the finish and says, see you later.
The upset for him, though, the reason it was an upset was because he switched to a Hong Sword in his inventory, but I think he probably didn't get the slide uppercut as soon as he was hoping for it. Yeah. So that's kind of unfortunate, but Verse takes himself out for the Romyang, gets himself the Benthic. Descent is playing out with a gold spear in this game, so now it's just going to be his victory from that, as well as seeing Verse taking it CX with TT25 and PXT. TT25 over by the Imperial Village by the Beast Pen, having himself 3 kill eliminations, gold pull sword with a pistol, and a sand parry to be brought up here with 3 eliminations. I mean, man can just hang out, but he's hunting around. He sees a potential between 2 targets who are both in soul form. If they want to drop right next to each other, they could. But he heads towards the Icy Shard Lake. Might be looking to try to see about what's left behind this cave that had been opened up for him to go through, and seeing whether or not he's going to be opening up right now. Verse had the same idea from his Roman Yang victory, and now the both of them are going to be up to the toes against one another.
Team leader works towards this as well here. With this is T225 is catching Verse here on the side of this wall here. He says, hey, where do you think you're going, buddy, huh? Where do you think you're going, huh, buddy? Yeah, catches him with the ball. He said, I thought you would. Throws him out on the outside. It says, you are being evicted. Bye-bye, buddy. See if he can continue this all the way here. Pops the ulti here just to be able to keep the guard up as well. Here comes the third party. He's going to be able to run in on this question. Is can T225 able to successfully capture this elimination before it's too late here? Charges up the blue shield. Isn't able to connect off of it as well here. Both the Dodge is able to play it super well here on both sides here. T225 just trying to help make this work, but Verse is on the defense, and the defense is working sadly here. As CDY comes through with the third party. Oh my goodness, both of them getting grabbed towards that off the final stretch. Oh my goodness, he gets absolutely deleted. T225 now has to maneuver to get out of this as much as possible. Not looking good for him inside of this as he's just trying to maneuver, keeping it alive. No shield swap available. That's going to be helpful for him inside of this circle, and it's not good as Chuz captures a free elimination on T225 here. And now Chuz back on the backstretch here, never letting him out of his side here. He's just going to keep lining him by the light. Chuz takes a second just like that. And just like that, he is 2 eliminations deep into this game. He's 4 overall in total.
That part. Verse still keeping the action going and gets a parry. Nicely done, but the V2 comes after the Liam, and there's DRG getting the elimination. Sobloom is picked up as well. He's out of himself from the Roman Yang depletion, and his first kill has been accrued. But for Shishang, this is difficult because right now Shishang doesn't have an ultimate, and he is stuck inside this building. He has 60%. Gets caught by Blue Focus number 1 out of what seems to be Spider, and that's going to be elimination. Sobloom picked up for Fong. He is able to get that up. F1 comes out, anticipated catching the LMB. Might be a 2-on-1 angle. Not going to be the case. There's going to be a fan coming out from Frostbus. Frostbus is like, hey, what's up with this action? And looks towards and trying to find a target to lock down, which most likely will be Fong, and the ultimate's about to come up for Fong. So whether or not they realize that he is going to have that ready to go, again, we're going to have to take a look and see. Spider, though, caught out here, no combo breaker. Ultimate is going to be casted out, throws his whisk right into the doorway, says the zone is starting to close in from this cave, and Frost is going to get a reset. Spider just has 16 grapples to make it work, but with Fong on the outskirts, he is going to look for anyone outside of that cave to try to start a battle with, especially with his ultimate being ready and the zone being so close, and the opportunity, if there is any ice cones on those trees, because like I said, those also effectively give Liam so much more value because they're essentially flags they can send their target. XY though caught by A Shao, grapple extension, a little bit greedy there for it, but then again, XY finds himself an armor swap, 1 RMB, 1-2, backs off, does it again, gets caught by the old pass to get knocked back. V2 enhanced dash means you can't throw any blue focuses. Oh man, can't believe I witnessed it. Unfortunate. A Shao gets that freeze, goes for a meter dump, and that is going to be the kill confirmation for A Shao, and gets himself that solo. 2 kills on the board so far for Alliance. On the come up for this round, especially after his days of play.
If they can keep that same momentum running here, as he still has 30 seconds left on the clock here, but it's not going to be really helpful here if he really just decides he just needs to go. Let's see if they can still make that momentum happen here, as he is able to take himself almost outside of the circle here. Obviously not going to be able to do enough of this. CDY and PXT going to be able to throw him on the outskirts here, and he says, go on, get my time. My time to shine. Thank you. See you later. Goes to the portal. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a great time. Frostbus.
Have a great time.
That twin shot. Double twin shot. Dang. And a Soothing Boon. Well, he's going to have to build that up. He's got himself with 2 mitigation Jades and the HP Jades, so that's what's been working off. And he's using Longsword, so that really is going to be one of the best weapons for Justina, especially for a TOD to be set up. CDY, though, gets his spare well claimed. Purple armor, gets himself knocked back. There's a silence with this ghastly mist. And now, don't tell me Frostbus gets a free realm like this. Not in the league. Ain't no way PXT is taking the fight. It is a Matar. Oh goodness, it's Justina versus a Shayo. We're gonna see a jab, or actually an engraving, as well as with a twin shot. So that's gonna be what Pace has on standby, and he is maxing out on mitigation, making sure he can get as much as possible. Both shots start this fight off. One R&B to the next, goes for Stanchion, goes for LMB. 1-2, doesn't want to go ahead for any further investment. That is a jabbing, not an engraving. My fault, folks. And that's gonna be PXT showing it out for Frostmas to burn his combo breaker for the scare rush, though. No captured stagger on the end for a hit confirmation for Pace. He's gonna go for the sky. Parry was good. Looking for the longsword, steals it out of his pocket, and then goes ahead, drop LMBs, gets ahead on to making sure he can go for an R&B hold check. Gets a full proc value for the ultimate, and now it's up to PXT on when he wants to throw out his ultimate. It ain't gonna be needed as he catches the R&B in the corner.
Ooh, able to dive towards that as well here. Time to be able to rotate towards this with the next circle, as the Realm of Yang is still able to keep going here. Nice little bit of a shielding coming in from Verse here. Going back on the defense here, attends Verse and T225. Trying to dive it down just a little bit easier here, as now they're both trying to hold strong here. Beautiful parry coming through to connect it here, but T225 is able to pick it up and then goes right back to the nice reset here for the parry. Yet again, not able to do enough, but Verse was able to come through with that combo, gets the strike, gets the finish, and says, see you later. Good try.
Yeah, another gold weapon, and he picks up a blistering edge as a result. So this is going to be a huge value for Verse right now. And for the action of having that Hong Sword as well, for just getting himself in the LMB's range and just catching a neutral, that's good. He also has a Thunderstorm picked up from that Realm Yang. So with that being said, I mean, he's good to go. He sees the fight to his left, though. PXT up against T225, one set R&B to the next. There's a combo breaker burned out for this Shayo. So now it's up to T225 with the martial art will form hook, whether he's going to be using it to kill confirmation or even just to confirm as much healing if he needs to sustain out. For T225, he has to turn around because he knows Verse, and Verse knows him, and he knew that he just lost to him. So this Realm Yang fight is going to be a, it's going to be a fight for it. LMB to the R&B, T225 getting take chip damage, burning out ultimate now for those fusion orbs. He's looking to try to go for an R&B. He confirms it. Now Verse gets thrown out. It's a little bit more spacing, but all the lobby has heard his call, and T225 is now going to be hunted down into the thicket of it. And that's not even just that. CDY and Spider on the south and southern end are actually right there to see all this unfolding. So they'll make sure they can have a chance of spotting him through. But obviously right now, Dobby, if anything comes out towards this, I know T225 has his spotlight for, being, what people say the top three, but right now the whole lobby is looking at him in the limelight for getting a kill stolen or a yoink in the end of the game.
Honestly, that's the worst place that you want to be in here, where everyone turns to you and now all of a sudden they want some payback from you. That's the last place that you want to be here inside of the realm with everything that's going on here. Obviously, it could be very, very hectic, but also just be like, hey, maybe let's not get caught up like that. That could be really, really tough for a lot of different reasons. But let's see if they can make that same similar situation happen here. Is going to be able to dive in towards this as well. Let's see. As Frostmas is going to have to maneuver and get himself out of the circle here. And this is a very similar situation to what we saw from earlier. I think it was game 2, I think. So it looks like he's going to go back into this. Looks like he wants to fight this out too as well. See if he can work with it. Doesn't want to get caught up as well. Gotta be careful. Frostmas is able to pop the shield here. Not too much collision on a lot of different players here. They're trying not to connect too much as he pops open the Frost just to maybe deter this a little bit. Pops open. Ooh. Tries to see if he can hit with the pistol, but not able to connect anything here, really. Gives him a free space here to pop the shield. And now he's going to dive back into this fight. Let's see if there's anything that's going on here. T225 in Verse was able to fight that out for a split second here. And then he was able to get out of harm's way just in the nick of time. Still a lot of players here, but it feels like they're fighting it like it's they're maneuvering like as if it's the last circle. Looks like birds flocking in the winter.
And 9.5 minutes making it works. There's the Ramayim Depletionist going after the kill against T225 as he is himself. Nice V2 proc coming out, or rather the imprint, and there is the guarantee freeze. Off the clink. I can't believe Spider's going for a double clink. Another parry comes out here for Frostmas. Go to get the Soul Bloom. The knockback comes out, and CDY is going to grief him out. No Soul Bloom given to him. And now it's going to be a spotlight for CDY to look for an escape here as Frostmas, not 100 seconds on the clock right now. And 2 gold armor targets were on the body. It's up to the supply gain, and with only 1 more dash, CDY is burned out for his ultimate, burned out for his Fs. He goes inside and tried to go for a heal as PXT on the Shio is getting a full reset, but might be a chance here for Frostus. Listen, CDY gets caught into this parry. He has nothing left except teleports with his V2. He's going to look for another one. Sobre comes out against PXT. Parry like that from Verse clean. The body is necessary. Frostus goes for the tap dodge, gets caught by 1 second, and that was all that is needed to get the yoink off of that Soblum again. And Frostus takes a bow shot. 70 seconds on the clock right now. The whole lobby can look towards his direction, and I wouldn't be against it. That's going to be the play here. Obviously, A-Shot's going to be looking at it as a Justina to try to get the hit confirmations here. Obviously, the stanchion jabbing mix-up is going to be a problem against that Shio as PXT is revealing his cards up his sleeve in the face of it all against a target who is on death's door. And I think Frostus is just going to go ahead for his zone hit if he wants to make sure he can decide a zone and not get any +1, which is good. At a man in his position in first place, he knows he couldn't get much more value except just giving a +1 to another target. Not going to happen, dog. He'll just go ahead and let this one play out. But that does leave Verse with 4 eliminations as one of the kill leaders in the game. Spider with 3, and with A-Shao as well as with Pace with 2 eliminations. DRG Fong with 1 elimination, and DRG Fong also having a chance right now. It's just making the Liam game work out.
See if they can keep that same momentum running into the next areas here. Still gotta work towards some of the other ones here. Is Fong taking his time. Still has that 1 elimination on the board, 9.5. He still has a chance here. I think like 1 or 2 solid eliminations with a top 3 finish, and he's at least out of it. You know, in terms of, well, he's not actually focused on CDY actually currently, even though he's eliminated in this game here. Wolves getting caught between a 2v3 here. Almost pops up, but he does pop over the ulti though. Goes on the defensive a little bit here, pops up in the shield. I think everybody else starts to at least hesitate on wanting to fight that and attack that. Probably the smartest move. Looks like we were able to run towards that. Let's see if maybe they can keep that magic happening. Spider able to take that magic and be able to rotate with that one. Does a really good job with that. Let's see if they can work towards it as well here. Spider able to hold strong here towards this. Oh, he's gonna be able to get some nice strikes here on the PXT. Doesn't need to do anything too hectic. Doesn't need to do anything too crazy. His Verse is going to be able to catch it. Oh no, now he might get 2-pieced here. He definitely does not want to get eliminated off this. Just trying to get some decent loot here. It's not worth it, Spider. Top 3 currently, 34.3 when it comes to Spider. So he knows he's got a shot here. He just doesn't want to throw it away just for some simple loot. Ooh, I almost thought that was a parry actually between Fong and Verse. It looks like he's going to hit some shots here with the musket. There's an opportunity for anything else here, but it doesn't look like it so far here. He still has to take his time here.
Dude, problematic zone right now, bro. Oh,
very problematic.
2 RMBs in the face. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. A-Shao on the come up this round. Like this, love to see it, right? I don't pray on anyone's downfall in the NBPL season. So for anything coming out here for A-Shao, 3 eliminations, just slowly playing his Justina game out, finding that armor swap. Kind of in the best case scenario, especially when no one has eyes on him. The Moonbane says otherwise. But for Fong, oh my god, he's going to have a benefit right here. The thing is that these Moonbanes is perfect for Fong, and that's exactly what Pace is, you know, with everything coming out here, Verse is not going to take any sort of thing about it. He's going to go ahead and get eliminated out here. You know the upset spaghetti moment against Fong there, especially with the target, but this is going to leave it out. Top 3 left on the game. LMB is going to come through. Oh, are we going to get the push back into the Moonbane? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness. LMB to the RMB, knock back another shield throw. Brock guarantees another shield throw. That's 1 RMB. That's going to be a freeze. Nope, going to be going the opposite direction, possibly into the spotlight where someone could look to hunt, but not going to be the case. We are looking for a full reset. Verse on death's door right now. Oh, I can't believe he walked right back into it, even after the end frame. Dog, don't you know? Oh my god, Spider almost gets Venn diagrammed. It's like we're watching Bajin playing solos in EU, bro. Oh my god, he gets caught by another Moonbane. I'm witnessing history right now. This is going to be the biggest grief of this season so far.
Biggest grief overall here. The question is, can they connect to it to make it an official griefing here? He's still... Never mind. Never mind.
I can't.
Never mind.
Can't.
I was like, maybe he has an opportunity to pop a shield. Maybe he can go for a quick reset here. No, he just does it right in front of him. I'm like, Spider, what are you doing? Why do you not run from that? Why do you not back off that? Why do you not realize that maybe that's Rex possibly too here? So he's going to be kind of the solo place away from this here. Not a lot of craziness, not a lot of commotion, but definitely somewhere where he could still be able to make some magic happen. So let's see if the magic unfolds here in this 6th and final game of the night.
Yeah, curious to see, because CDY finds an armor. Now he finds a great sword. Oh, you know, Duncan is ripping his hands together like Birdman right now. If he finds another Firefly, he's going to go find for himself for those little bit of knockups into the attack spread. GG shot, active ultimate, finds Fireflies to let's just have it at 100%. But he still has a dash available for him as he catches Star. Nope, not going to be the case for the first one. Goes for the second one. But I don't know, there's too much height. If he goes for a freeze in midair, he's not going to have enough connections off of that. So he's going to cancel. He's going to conserve at least 4/5 of his art for his rage. And then he's going to go ahead, space away from this. In the meantime, though, finding a spotlight right now for Frostbus. Purple greatsword. Verse finding a kill against A Shao. Verse actually going ahead and spacing out. Frostbus is not letting that one up. He has one, set of, for weapons to be made with the greatsword into a spear. Like he has it for swap. Verse has to burn his combo breaker before he can go in. But for Frostbus right now, Scare Rush is going to be good. Not going to connect any sort of hits. Verse still going to go through the Lake Yellow Leaf and find one of these buildings. Going to be going off on this end for a Scare Rush. Blue focus and spaces into it. Finds a nice staff onto the R&B. Looks for the LMB. Looks for the uppercut. Not going to confirm. LMB uppercut. Not going to come out from Frostbus' spear. But he does still keep the chase going. 74% rage bar left to go. Looking for a stagger if he can. And there's going to be the Forbidden Seal. Whether or not Verse wants to use it preempted to deny just deny the Liam ultimate. It's a high risk maneuver, and he's going for it even when his rage is higher than his opponent.
No ult zone. No ult zone. It looks like he's going to be able to pop it out, though, as well here. He's going to be out in the open here. Not going to be the best place for him to be here. Oh, beautiful parry. Nice reset. Whoa! Never mind. Verse absolutely sends him out of here and says, see you later, buddy. You put in all that work that's not going to be able to complete it well. And he's able to shut him down here in just the craziness, especially in a situation that made sense here towards this. I mean, he was able to put it down all the way towards the end of this. What a finish. Meanwhile, Verse, PST, just trying to see if they can figure it out here. Oh, beautiful find from Verse. Is able to capture the Rella and is able to get the finish full all the way through here. He's going to keep capturing the combo as much as possible here. And now he's going to make it a little bit harder here, just in hopes that maybe he's able to capture a decent stun here. And now he's going to pop open the ulti here. Goes a little bit more on the defense, pops open the ulti here. And now the defense comes in. He knows exactly what he needs to do just to be able to keep himself alive here towards this. But the question is, can he connect this ball at all during this final section of the fight? Verse just trying to see if he can close this in a little bit more here between PST. Sadly, just isn't able to fully connect it, though, because he's on that defense, and it's almost depleted here, and it looks like he was able to. Oh, my goodness, almost crushes him here inside of this here, but he's still dangerously low. It looks like it might not be enough here for him to fully be able to get that finish here, but all he needs is one shield swap, and sadly, he isn't able to find the dagger. He was able to turn around and get a nice little dagger hit, though, on the blue LMB. Sadly, even not able to do enough here, and it looks like both of them are going to go for the reset here, and we're right back to running it up.
Nice horizontal coming out here. I know that with PXT here, just making all the works with that dagger, but now Verse on the come up with the chase. Looks for the whole check parry, doesn't confirm any sort of parry attack onto it, but there's going to be LMB. There is one LMB to the next, and that's going to be where Verse gets his elimination. Number 3, by the way, playing out the Lonnie pick with V1. It was funny seeing how the V1 shield throw had no effect on active Lonnie ult. Now we're looking at with CT25 over by Servant's Ground, inactive Lonnie ult against another Shael. History repeats itself. We're going to see the V1 cast though right at the end of the Lonnie ultimate for CT25 to get captured. For Chishang though, he's going to be trying to kite around here for the northwest of the Servant's Grounds and trying to look for these walls and looking for the windows as it breaks out. Here's a Justina ultimate. Now for XY, all he needs to go for is literally a R&B after a freeze. There he goes, finds it, goes for jump LB instead. The F1 combo breaker is down. To Sheng is at death's door and looking at just avoiding any of the pressure between both of these targets. Now for this play, one R&B to the jump LMB, and there's a kill steal. Now TD5 finds a soul boom. Unfortunate. LMB goes for the nunchucks for the purple rarity. Can't cancel into the corner. Goes for uppercut. Might be going for LMB, R&B to freeze into the R&B. That's big. Combo breaker comes out here, but we have another opponent out into the outskirts, just waiting out for the Romy Yang pass, and they are going to be hunting down this Lonnie as she is going to be the lower health target, and it's going to be CDY on that target play.
Absolutely insane finish towards this, though. Was able to really put that one into the nice area here. CDY, Yuan actually able to get the elimination as well towards this. It looks like CDY trying to see if maybe he can get some payback, though, for that. Unfortunate, wasn't able to really capture anything from that. Pops open the ulti here, and it looks like Yuan is going to decide he wants to get out of here. He's dangerously low, taking the time here just for that percentage, just to be able to run through here. CDY thinking if maybe he wants to be able to pop this. I don't think he's going to pop his ulti though, most likely. I feel like it might be a little bit too early for all that. He looks like he's still going to be able to maneuver through towards it as Frostivus is able to come through, steal the elimination, and send CDY absolutely flying away and says, see you later. You tried, buddy, but it's my turn to be able to get that finish here. Absolutely diabolical towards this there. Has to be a little careful towards this. Trying to get the finish as T225 is going to be able to catch Frostivus inside of this corner. Now he's just going to be able to fly out of here. Definitely does not want to continue to complete this as much as possible. Still tries to throw it down as best as possible, but obviously not be able to find anything here. And now it's on the chase. It's chasing time. That's kind of the tough part here towards this.
It is. And now we're going to see with CDY onto Justina XY no F. Has ultimate at 75% or so. Just waiting for a chance here. I'm not even sure CDY is going to be looking to try to catch Justina if he can. It's just going to be at the expense of this Romiang pass. So whether or not he's going to be looking back towards PXT, it'll be up to him. CDY though, gets himself with that bow shot. Looks for a nice micro option here for those pistol shots as well as from that bow shot from CDY. But now it's going to be him spacing off with the target play. It comes out, gets caught by the scare rush. This is nearly all his armor. The chip damage to XY is actually extenuating is extremely impeccable right now. But for CDY, holds a horizontal, gets himself into the airborne state. Ooh, drop down blue focus into a soul break. Doesn't confirm it. No EU soul break moment out of here. But we're looking for the LMBs. We're looking for the 1-2s. Blue focus comes out, forcing CDY ultimate. This is difficult because there's the F2. CDY has to worry about the Justina ult, and there it is. It comes out. Can't hold blue focus, especially if he goes for a preemptive. There's a stagger. There's going to be another stagger. F1 anticipated. Tap dodge was red, and there's CDY going down here. And with it, that's elimination number 2. This target comes out. But like I said, Tucker getting reworked down the feature. We're going to see how he ends up. But XY comes out here with 2 eliminations. Purple Nunchuck still accrued. Romiang is going to be open for him to decide upon entering. Otherwise, WBG verse up against A-Shao from Team Alliance. Kylan versus Lonnie. With Lonnie on the V1 between both opponents.
I mean, still able to rush and puff through it though. So let's see if they can keep that same momentum as we're going inside of the realm of Yang here. It's like, it looks like Verse actually lost track on where he was in the middle of this fight here. Really decent find here overall. Trying to see if maybe they can puff it out a little bit decently. Taking the time towards it. Trying to see if they can climb it out a little bit more. Azael trying to take the time here. Both of them is going to go for the reset here. Both of them are going to be able to stride right towards it here. Blue MLBs to be able to catch on both sides. Nobody misses out on it. Meanwhile, ooh, nice strike. Trying to see if he can take it back. Both of them trying to charge the blue LMB. Nice pistol. Throws it at least 2 or 3 more times here. Closes in. Both the gaps is going to be able to run towards it. And here comes Verse. Going to be able to pop the first ulti here. Azael waiting it out, trying to see if maybe they can have something for more momentum here. Sadly, he's unable to find what he needs to. Nice bounces off, but nothing in terms of too immense, massive damage. Oh, that one. Now that one's going to be able to cook towards it and connect, especially with that getting rid of it. And now, basically, after this, now it's just bully season. To try to see if he can close off towards this, trying to see if he can maneuver this as well. He's able to take his time here. He's really trying to see if he can conjure it up, but it's not going to be enough here. All he needs is one decent strike, and Azael is done. He's going to close in on this gap. Doesn't want to give him the opportunity to get some free heals out of this, though. Nice pistol to be able to connect this as well. Goes back towards the invisibility, back towards the ball. Trying to see if they can find it. Beautiful finish with the parry. Gets the shutdown, and Verse wins the realm of Yang.
It's good. It's good. Very good. V1 gamer. Golden Knight is going to be picked up. Sunwing shot as well for Jade. Seeing how the Lonnie opportunity, like, it's crazy. It's crazy seeing the Lonnie work against Kylan like that, especially with the spacing that she's able to give herself in the sky. But just the burst that comes out from those orbs and just throwing the ball in the direction of Kylan. And then Kylan late on, not say late on the ult, but like throughout the middle of the ultimate for the Lonnie ultimate, he was really early. And Lonnie was able to just go for free slaps because he can't, you know, when he's in midair, I mean, he's free real estate for those, for the balls, but he's also tap dodging the Kylan slashes. So with that being said, A-Shao just needs to find that rhythm again, but hopefully, not too late because Spider is in the mix with the Liam ultimate ready to go, and he has Verm, so that means he has a gold weapon. And now for Spider, his plate's out, 1, 2, 3 attempt. LMB gets caught, goes for another LMB. A-Shao burns out the F ability for Spider, so any parries from this point on could end up. Is that a flaming cage inside of this cave? I'm gonna have to double check and look around because if Spider looks to use the flaming cage inside of the noble cave, this will be the moment that it comes out. DG Shao though finds himself in the fight, get caught by the ruptured Gale Orb. For Spider just to repluck the flame breath and then looking back towards holding blue focus, goes for that 1.0 blue and scale rushes either in or out. He goes in. He is looking for it. He is making sure he can catch the cannon shot, and he looks to blue focus. No jump parry attainable. Blue focus 1.0 comes out. Jump LMB for chip damage, and a blue armor swap gives GG Shao another fighting stance and hoping to break out here, Dobby.
Keep it on your toes. Keep it. Listen. Learn it. Find it. Pull it. Catch it.
I still have that. You know that, right? 2000. I still have one of the, Bop It.
Oh, yes. I haven't had one of those in a minute.
Those things are, even like when I was, I think
those
when
are
I
not
was
considered vintage.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I don't think about it.
I'm scared to think about it, actually.
We're continuing on.
It's just, it's just the idea of like back then that used to be so fun, and now it's just like, oh, what's that? You're like, what's that? Oh no, I'm getting old. Spider trying to see if he can conjure up here. Nice little bit of defense here on this. As now Hayo is on the wrong side of the tracks here. Now getting a little bit of some burn tick there. It looks like he wants to chase this. He wants to get some of that action. He knows where the opportunity comes and lies in. And now dangerously low is going to try to see if he can find it. Ooh, almost catches him with the parry, but not enough here. And now dangerously low on both sides here. He pops open the ulti just to be able to send Spider out on the wrong stretch here. And now both of them is going to be able to pop it as well here. Now, oh my goodness, they are diving back and forth. They're not going to make it easy. Spider's going to be able to try to run straight back towards this. Oh man, he's getting bullied. He's getting bullied in many different ways here. He's getting caught in so many different corners. Oh no, Spider he just got run up on.
He needed to, though. That Vermilion's about to run down in the next 10 seconds. So getting that death is kind of quintessential right now. For Jeja, though, not a fun time. He does have no Romy completion in effect, but he did a lot of work with that ultimate, I'll be honest. Especially in the creek. So out of sight of the Artisan's Grove right now, if A-Shot can get himself out of here, he is good to go and be golden to either A, find the money that he's earned to buy out purple armor from a shop, or B, just play Ring Around the Rosie around the map. Now, talking about Ring Around the Rosie, Star finds himself up against Verse, who's looking to use that fan and is kiting around, and Star, he is backing off towards the Romy Yang pool, just already from Romy Yang pool, but always to the Romy Yang circle in order to approve that pass. But for Gigi Shaw, Justina, 30 seconds on Romy Yang depletion, that's not the place you want to be, especially here when everyone is just kiting around here. They don't want to commit to anything, at least at this moment. So for right now, Gigi Shaw, painfully so, might not end up with anything here unless someone else wants to take a fight into being a third party, and then he can yoink it, but time is just going off. By the time I said that, it's already been 15 seconds, y'all.
By the time you did that, it was already too late.
That part.
And that's unfortunate.
Doesn't want to give the kill, though, which I respect 100%. It's tough because this is Gigi Chaw's first day playing, and he's only gotten 6.5 points so far. This is where that mentality part comes in. Having to see whether or not day 3 comes through. I know this man is going to be looking back towards the footage and getting everything settled in, but it's tough because we've seen Gigi Shaw for the past couple of years, and seeing how it's kind of being with Gigi and getting the plays out. It's just getting used to this new, getting to the jitters out of the way for his first day of playing, and hoping to see where day 2 ends up for his day playing to day 3. Spider, though, Romy Yang, XY, going to be contesting it. They're going to wait out as much time and duration for this Romy Yang just to make sure they can ensure that their ultimates, or not ultimates, but the duration of the buff can be as long as in the lobby as possible. And Spider's getting free pot shots against XY for ASE, and XY from XC is going to back off here. I don't think Spider wants to take this chase. I think he'd rather stay here in order to get that Romy Yang spot, and he will.
See if they can keep that same washway. Because now they're going to be able to rotate with this as well towards this and try to see if they can work towards it. Verse, able to do what he can here. Still is able to play it super well and very strong for a lot of different reasons. Ooh, nice little bits of strikes here from the nunchucks, trying to see if they can time it here. And now here comes the ulti. He's going to be able to back off this. Doesn't want any smoke with this whatsoever here. See if they can take that same momentum and rush it up, but he does get belted as well here. Verse is trying to see if he can back off this. Definitely doesn't want to be able to get towards the finish here. It's not looking good for him. The best that he can here. Trying to take his time here. Not going too hard, but still able to work towards it. T225 just trying to see if he can time it well here as Verse just trying to give him a little bit of some Sabrina action here. Flying and gliding. Hitting and thumping and diving with the nice medicine ball. The yo-yo. Gotta be careful here. 45 seconds left on the clock here. They still have time here, but it looks like Verse is definitely looking to close this out. He wants to finish this up as best as possible here. He's gonna time it with the blue LMB. The time strike gets even better just like that. Verse able to shut it down, and he gets a dub inside the realm of Yang.
Big dub.
Big dub.
Not a big, gold jade as an overcomer, but, I'm not going to judge it. You're going to have to see what's going to happen with that gold spear, though. It's definitely one of those one-hit weapons that makes things dangerous, especially after a parry. And then you just get to take 1,000 damage. And for this, Spider, lost his Romy Yang. Not what you expect. I want to see what happens. specifically because it's a Liam versus it was a Liam, you know, versus because we had both Alanis in the other Yang. Like, that was the problem. Like, both Alanis were like individual to themselves, but with DRG Fong and Verse right now going at it, I'm just not sure whether or not Spider is going to be realizing that everyone's as that Spider, just to like kind of like pocket him in, because he's over by Celestra, opposite ends of the earth. He's at like 200, 300 meters to make it out here. But for anyone, if they want to spot players in, they would activate the Forbidden Seal. Frame 1. If that Forbidden Seal gets activated, people anywhere across the map can see that. And there it is. So now, got the cursed moment. Everyone sees it. Everyone can spot it towards. That could force other innovative fights between other players. So that way you can just space out. Otherwise, it just causes, a huge array of direction from anyone in the Celestial region down towards the Trifid Junction, just anywhere within the distance of that, they're on their way over here. But Verse, he's chilling. 6 eliminations so far into this day. Probably the highest we've seen so far in general. Plus the fact
kind of all over the place with a lot of different things here. What was you gonna say?
He had 2 explosive armors. I just realized.
I mean, fair.
A rough day. It's a rough day.
Kind of working for a lot of different reasons here, but hey, gonna be able to find it for a lot of areas and reasons.
I'm curious because they don't want to take any fights at all.
No, nobody wants to. It's the final game, so of course I think I think a lot of people are gonna stall it out as much as possible. Especially with Verse being 6 kills deep already. Like, yeah, they're not trying to. They're like, you know what? Let's just play this to the end. Let's just
on V1. All the people like V1 ain't good. V1 ain't good. I see you guys. Where's Kachan? I see you guys. But the problem that comes out of V1 is that when it starts to be good, well, what's your stance then? You're like, you know what?
Where do you go after that, huh?
Yeah, where do you go after that? If he ends up with 10 eliminations, that'd be crazy. But he finds a parry there, forces out Spider to then to start the running around like he's Mike. Just starts KO rushing in and out, and then using the fan as a majority of the weapon. But just 2.5 minutes is under the block right now, and all the lobby is here. And for the vicinity of this, Frostbus also has his Liam ultimate, so that between them, if they're able to spot out between which Liam is which in terms of combo breaker usage and ultimate usage, that's just going to be the play of it. But this engagement is going to be key here for Spider. Gold weapon, fist blades. That's also something in his pocket that he's able to use and implement. Drop down blue focuses. Anything of that nature that comes through. If anyone can catch a parry off of him when his F is down and they pick it up, that's just unfortunate circumstance for Spider. Though another thing too is that there are plaques around here. I'm not sure if everyone shot those plaques down, but that would have been the preemptive nature of this lobby if they were able to go to Zespawner at this point, because if they don't hit those plaques down, then he's able to go ahead and get a free stun. So with that, he's spaced out and he has only 2 minutes as well as with TGG5 just to make this happen, Davi. It's kind of tough, especially considering that even with versus 6 kill eliminations, A Shao still in the lobby. It's the only other Kylan. He's the only Kylan in the game. So if they start targeting him, like it's just going to be an easy example of this target prior selection in the right sense.
Right. Kind of interesting though to kind of like see how like certain areas like really kind of like run through it with a lot of different areas here as Azael just trying to see if he can get out of the stretches of so many different players here. It's not looking good for him here. He's about to get jumped massively. Oh, it's not looking good for him. He's about to go outside. He needs to be able to run from this as much as he can. He's going to wait for it, though. He's going to hold strong as best he can, trying to see if he can get some massive damage here. And it looks like he is. He's connecting on a bunch of different things. But sadly here, he's going to have to dip out of this here as Frostive is able to capture the elimination for that. That one's really helpful for him. Appreciate you. This is going to be elimination 2 for you, boy. T225 working as best he can here for other type of thing. Let's see if they can make this happen.
Might be looking to farm out Rage here. And Rupture Gillo comes out here. Mystic My Sphere Well is appearing on the map. And the Moonbane forces everyone out towards the Trifid Junction. This spot where there's a lot of ins and outs of the buildings and tree lines just to have a little hill, a little incline that can give players just a little line of sight. There it is, though. D5 right into the heart of it with Spider trying to chase him down with the R&B. The Nunchuck's very nice check chase, but one R&B to the next. There's the F1. There's going to be the usage of it. 7 grapples down to 6 for D5 for supplies. He's got 3 healing berries, 3 armor powders. Having to try to look and earn this kill. 20 seconds on the clock before his Ramyang depletion starts to click in. And now for this, he's going to go for 1 attempt at a heal. Doesn't get distracted by Frostbus. Still keeps eyes on Spider on specific specifically this Liam. F1 combo breaker utilized here. We're going to have 13 seconds left on the clock. Now T225 just looks for a pistol shot. That's going to be a forced opportunity here for anyone to throw a wild Haymaker blue focus against Spider. Here he's going to get a scare rush out. 5 seconds left. T225 might be just giving an elimination to someone in the lobby, and he is not going to be able to go ahead and get rid of the remaining depletion. Fong is able to pick up the elimination as a result. His only kill in the game so far, but Spider gets out here with a reset. Now he's at 5 to 4 ratio, actually 4 to 4 for the healing berries to armor powder. His grapple game, not so much. Star though, Spearwell, Crouch LMB, cancel. Looking for the whole, he's doing new tech here. Crouch LMB
for the whole team. Don't even put it down towards that as his Star is going to be able to capture the capture one alted. Be able to put it down.
Whoa.
Just like that, the Star. Whoa.
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 Bro. Level 47 alchemy, bro.
What do you mean by that, Savario?
Man, this man is stacked out of his mind, my brother.
Absolutely. Stacked deep down in there. Going to be able to catch it out. You got to be careful with that because Verse might be able to catch it on the end down there. Be careful there. Might not be good for you. Anyway.
I do say.
I mean, I think so. It'd be very helpful for a lot of different things. Meanwhile, Chuz, trying to hold strong here towards the very end, obviously not trying to get pickpocketed by the Lex Luthor in the next section.
I thought you said Lex Luthor for a second. I was like, yo, how did we switch to DC?
Not Lex.
How are we getting that? How is that possible?
Can't do that for that.
You know, I haven't seen yet in the Pro League. I haven't seen anyone use Sky Punch. Not on accident. Let me rephrase that. Sky Punch is like a direct, you know, I can't say the name of the move, but it's direct fighting game reference in terms of getting the uppercut. But one thing that makes it interesting is that no one, it's optional, bro. It's an optional Jade at this point. I don't think anyone's gonna really take full utilization. Like Kabloom, I said that's tier plus Jade. You know, Blistering Edge, we take those. Sky Punch, yeah. No one uses it. But we might see something down the road like we saw with Fist Blades, because they saw Tempest Kick get changed. But got a buff where you're omnidirectional with it. You can throw it in any direction around you. So moving around, see if any sort of J changes happen in the future, especially with that target rework. Am I right, fellas? All right, what's up? Let's see what Spider has in store with it. Obviously, Verse is going to be coping around here and keep himself spaced out. Takes a lot of cannon shots. Has himself to burn out of this Tri-Fit Junction area and is hoping to get a full heal, which he'll be allowed. And he also has a prickly pear about to expire. But he has himself just to keep going off and just hiding himself in the corner. It's crazy to me that we still have 7 players in the lobby, especially after what we've seen from today's runs. So for that, it's commendable effort. But for Spider, he's still trying to look and just trying to poke out while getting poked throughout this entire endgame.
I mean, they're able to put it together for the best of the best here overall, especially in this final circle here. I mean, this is really going to get hectic here. I think everybody's really playing to the best of their abilities here, not giving everybody really any free opportunities as much as they can here, unless they just get absolutely just ransacked by like 4 different players at the same time here. And even then, they're still trying to maneuver as much as they can. The more movement you can, the better off you'll be in not only surviving, but also just keeping away from how things can go. And sadly, Frostivus is on the wrong side of the turntables here, as he pops open the ulti here, trying to see if he can find a free angle here for a quick shielding. And sadly, not going to be able to do it as Spider, able to steal that elimination and says, see you later, buddy. You thought you was free. I'm going to make you even freer. Freer back to the lobby.
Point of view, you're a free thinker and you meet a paid thinker. It's crazy.
That's crazy. That's wild.
But
that's an X quote.
6 kills, 6 players left. Verse playing it out here for keeps, as long as he doesn't get pocketed by somebody with range shots. That's always going to be the case. One other thing, too, is if he ends up finding himself that usage of using his ultimate in the in-game circle, every bounce that he gets is literally healing. That's the damage that he deals. So for him, I think it's every damage is 8 healing that comes back, or 5 damage or so. It might be actually, no, it's 5 healing. 5 every damage that he deals with the extra bounces is an extra 5 healing per damage. So if he gets to 16 damage, he gets 80 healing for the bounces. So depending on anyone else in the lobby that's in the endgame circle in high multitude of numbers, that he will be able to catch himself a lot of sustain so long as he's within the circle and not taking any sort of weakness escalation as a result. But Spider, Star, Jishang, XY from Team ASC, DRG Fong, all around the outskirts. 2.5 minutes left on the clock, folks. We have ourselves in terms of this outlook of the terrain. As you can see, this cliffside is going to be a salvation to some as well as a benefit to others. When the range shots come out here, and proximity shots such as with cannon will deal a lot more, especially when someone is on the upper end of that right angle. But scare rushes off of it, allow for you to escape off. This tree is going to be a prime example of that, and there's going to be a chance for the R&B. There's going to be the extension, and Spider goes down before he knew it. He was done for the count, and Verse, 7 kill eliminations. He's getting caught out here. He's going to try to use his ultimate, but he's outside of the zone. Right there, he gets a little bit of space within it, and the flame and that healing comes out stupendously, I should say.
My goodness, that timing.
He's out.
That timing couldn't have been any better. That looked real bad at first here. If anybody really was able to pay attention to him trying to get out of that, I mean, he might not be able to live through this anyway here. He's still dangerously low. He sends Star walking on the outskirts here, but it's not good enough here as the final four is here. It is Star, Zhuan, Fang, and Shuz. As now we're going to try to see who's going to take this top spot. I don't think any of these players actually has gotten a #1 today. So we're going to see a brand new person end up taking it. And one of these players is going to be taking that dub potentially here. Right now it's looking like Star, but I mean, Verse realistically most likely would do it, but he did get out early. Those 7 kills can only last for so long because you still have those extra ranking points. So if Star can end up getting at least 1 to 2 eliminations here, there is an opportunity for him to capture the dub, but it's going to be tough here. Let's see what they do here towards the final circle. Looks like they have a gentleman's agreement here. Final circle, no fighting until the circle starts moving. So let's see how they going to be able to handle it towards this final circle here. And I think so far here, solid set of games overall here, but obviously expectedly, let's see, it does start to slow in little by little here. Circle, let's take overall is going to be very, very dangerous for a lot of these players. So let's see what happens here. Who's going to be able to commit to the first strike here? It looks like Star's definitely going to take up top here. Doesn't really need to force any fights if he has to here. He has 3 eliminations so far. He's leading the pack, at least in this one, so he doesn't have to force too much here. But let's see if maybe he can find it here as Shuan ends up taking the top spot here and just leaps all the way up top here, just trying to just stall as much as possible here. But he is sometimes out of the circle here, so he is taking a little bit of some ticks here. And Yuan is way up top. Now it's Star and Chuz fighting this out. Ends up getting choked out from outside of the skirts. Akos pops open the ulti. Chuz is going to try to see if maybe he can pop open his ulti as well here. Dangerously inside of this area here. And here comes the cannon shot's going to connect. Chuz is on the defense. He immediately starts to see if maybe he can capture one as Yuan catches one. Beautiful remembrance off that. Fong catches the other. Chuz starts to see if he can close in this gap. Both of them stay alive towards it. And it looks like it's not going to be enough to take the top spot. I think the top spot is still going to go to Verse. 7 eliminations. He ends up getting at least a ranking point probably.